You are what? You just said I am
the one and only.
Welcome, everybody, to the real BBC bagging, boarding, and chatting. No theme song today because we keep getting hit with revenue sharing. Yeah, do your white balance. Get all that stuff done while we're on the show. That's great.
Hang on, let me do mine.
Right enough already.
Yeah, MauLer, do yours now.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks great. It looks great.
Nailed it.
So, what a crazy couple of days. Oh shit. We're gonna get into it.
We go again.
Oh, here we go again. It's a Disney product, and here we go again.
Yep.
Like, we don't really get the stupidity we see on Twitter, except for Disney products. Is it the people who like this stuff? Is it bots? Yes, it is. But it's mostly people. I still think it's mostly people, which explains 81 million votes. But that being said, hello, how are you?
I'm good. I don't. People clearly don't know how to math.
I know. Dude.
As you would say over here, we say maths over here.
We do say maths over here.
It sounds better as maths. I'll give you that.
Yeah, people clearly don't know maths. They clearly don't know budgets. They clearly don't know how the box office works. And again, as you just said, only with Disney do these fever fucking dream people start coming into play. It's so utterly bizarre. We've all seen Captain Falcon America is Black, and it's fucking appalling. And the box office reflecting that, and yet we have to deal with a bunch of absolute insanity weirdos who haven't a clue how box office works. But here we are. So yeah, other than that, I'm doing great. I've been flogging Mr. P. The modular cases are up in the office. They're not filled correctly or anything like that, but I'll be doing that over the course of the next couple of weeks or so, getting the way it's set up. But yeah, we're pretty much there, baby.
Excellent. Hello, MauLer. How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, we truly are here again, because I'm starting to realize when looking back, like, wait a minute, has this been happening every single time? Because there's other things too when you come across anything like this. It's like, always consider projection. Every time people are acting weird, and it's like, if the claim is like, you want it a particular way, that's why you're announcing it's a particular way, when you genuinely, like, your point of view is, I'm just reading the numbers off. Like, what? It doesn't matter which way or the other. And then you're like, oh wait, you wanted a particular way, right? I got it. I understand. Okay. We can get into all of the details. I'm just fascinated.
We will. We're going to do some math today. We're going to do a little basic box office 101, because apparently a lot of people don't know that movie theaters do not play films for free. They actually get money in the foreign markets, quite a bit of it. As a matter of fact, most of it they get to keep. Disney does not. Hi, X-Ray Girl.
Hi. I'm excited to do math. Homework is one of my favorite things. I have to formally apologize to Gary.
What, for cooking my freaking dog?
Yeah, there's another one there. There was two. There's two.
Yeah, so you're just going to cook the other one too?
Well, you'll be back when I do it, so I'll make sure to share the chili with you.
Oh, wait, no. We're going to go to this right now. We're going to go to what X-Ray Girl did to my poor dog Gomez. Yes, now Gomez is old, blind, deaf. You know, this probably was the most.
Are you Gomez?
Maybe.
Oh my god!
Maybe this is the most merciful way to go with this. But this is what X-Ray Girl did in my house last night.
Yep. It probably Melissa's favorite crock pot.
Let me know if you can hear it.
Ready to make some chili? Main ingredient.
It's just-
You monster.
Such a wholesome video.
I had such a food coma last night, so excellent. Thank you for loving him because I found
Surprised you got that much
extra-
meat off that dog.
I always say a loved animal is a tasty one, so
There you go.
Aw.
well loved.
Wait.
What?
Stop it. Oh
Wrong
my
one.
God.
Oh,
Yeah,
I changed my version of that to this.
Oh,
What is that?
It's a pufferfish.
Don't play
It's
that
a-
again.
It's a
First time I've ever
pufferfish.
heard
No,
it.
it's not.
As they're supposed
That
to be
sounds
funny
like-
sounds, not creepy sounds.
Not creepy sounds.
It's
Okay.
a pufferfish.
It sounds like solo sounds.
Yeah, it sounds like some solo sounds, some 38-second sounds. That's what it sounds like. The sounds of 38 seconds. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You come to see me again.
There's a Sun article, which is the citadel of truth in journalism. Honestly, more reliable than CNN. Let's give them that. Okay. That Doctor Who is possibly being canceled. We'll talk about that as well. We will. Not right now, though. Actually,
Okay.
not right now. We're gonna start at the beginning with Captain America, which we've all seen. All
On
four
that
of us.
note, if
Yeah.
I can, because I've just seen this and it's so amusing to me, but I think it might even be more amusing / baffling to use, particularly Gary. This is regarding the film and things that happen in it. This announcement is Copperhead did use adamantium daggers in Brave New World.
Okay.
First of all, who the fuck was Copperhead? When did that happen? I don't remember a character called Copperhead.
That must have Lemon Cloak at the beginning, I'm guessing, was Copperhead.
So that's the thing. I know who it is only because of meta information, but I find it so fucking funny that they're like, Copperhead, he used it. It's like, nobody was ever called Copperhead in the movie, so how the fuck are people supposed to know what that means? And then it's like,
And he looks a
adamantium-
little bit different than he does in the comic books.
adamantium daggers. It's like, when the fuck was there any time to process adamantium? I thought the whole point was that the sample was raw.
Yeah.
Before. I thought the point was that we're all fighting over the raw ore itself right now. Nobody's rendered it into anything. It was like, nope, he has daggers. Adamantium
And Japan
daggers. Like,
got the first ore off
Yeah,
it. And
Japan got the first one, and they were all fighting over it. And apparently, somebody's just already got it. Now it's obviously Canada.
daggers,
You know,
yeah.
Canada
Just
went in
daggers.
and stole everything, for the Weapon X program in the meantime. But yeah,
it's just such a funny, as though it makes the movie better. Copperhead, he officially uses daggers made of adamantium. Like, alrighty, good stuff.
yeah, that's crazy. That's almost as crazy as that tweet you responded to today, where the guy said, "Y'all didn't like First Avenger until last week because you don't like black people in movies." That's what he didn't actually say that, but that's what he meant.
Fucking Chris Evans was black in that film?
I don't know. No, First Avenger is a movie that I've always said is underrated. Talked about it for years. Everybody's loved First Avenger.
I was gonna say, it can be underrated while simultaneously being a film that everyone thinks is like thumbs up. Everyone thumbs up that film. Everyone's like, yeah, First Avenger is good. Yeah, it's fine. It's good.
It
It's
just
great."
didn't. It
And
was
then-
in phase one when they were still getting things off the ground, and people were going, "What?"
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
and I
For
remember
the
at the time,
normies.
some of my friends would have been like, "It's not as he's not as cool as Iron Man, right?" Like the if you make the direct comparison, it's like Iron Man's more bitching because he builds his own suit out of iron, flies around, shoots missiles, and does whatever he wants. While Captain America is much more of a stereotype hero.
It
Where
was
he's
set in
fighting.
the World War II.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm saying that like that's true.
No.
He is more of a classic hero. That's what that story is. And in retrospect, even at the time though, you watch it and you're like, that was cool. I like that. Good stuff. Like it's so fulfilling to watch. The only thing for me with that film is just like there's some world building issues. That's all. Like the weapons Hydra have in the 40s in that film would mean that Earth would never look the same, But yeah, other than stuff like that, like tweaks, I think it's an awesome film.
I freaking love it. I love it. Captain America is the best trilogy, and it ended with Civil War.
Trilogy, yeah. I've seen people call it a quadrilogy now. Like, what do you know?
Man, Captain America's not in it.
We literally just had a discussion about this like a few weeks ago. Do we suddenly in 4 weeks we decided to completely go against everything that we just said in that discussion about?
Or we said that Captain America's superhero trilogy, as far as superhero trilogies go across the MCU and everything, is probably the best.
Probably the strongest, yeah.
Because it's the most consistent. Yeah, we did have that conversation like a month ago.
We're going against that? What's happening?
No, this is the cope around this movie is unreal when like Disney themselves knew it was a piece of shit. There was a whole Vulture article from an insider who said the same shit that my friend has been telling me for years. They're like you said, skating over thin ice with the Marvels. Now, they just like we're trying to fix this thing and get it out and move past it. That was their entire attitude. Now, of course, the marketing
they were openly mocking it.
Yes, they were mocking the film internally. Okay.
People are defending this.
And people are defending it like it's like you fucking slept with their mom or something like that. And it's like, I don't like MauLer said, I don't give a fucking shit if it makes $1 billion.
Yeah.
Maybe this thing's got the greatest legs of all time. Great. Awesome.
No way,
but we will just go off the numbers. Now, Disney has provided numbers vaguely. I remind you vaguely on the budget, which is entirely untrue, which is just absolutely untrue. If you look at all past movies that they've done, they've all of a sudden decided to make the one they've reshot entirely twice, the cheapest one. How is that possible? H-1B visas? I don't know.
The number running around, if ever I see someone discussing the box office of this film and they start with the budget was 180 million, I'm like, right, that's it, I'm off. That's bye-bye. The second you say the budget was 180 million, I'm out.
Yeah. So Culture Crave yesterday decided to push this again. The $180 million budget, which was essentially what the reshoots cost. And they can say whatever the fuck they want. They can't get sued. Nothing's going to happen to them. They could just flat out lie. And we will provide proof where Disney has flat out lied before. So that's all we can go
strategy. On. They do this because it looks better. Everything looks better. You get people being like, whoa, hype. This is going great. And that might translate into one extra fucking ticket in the cinema. Someone's like, "Oh, this movie is good." Yeah. Oh my god, me as well, right? Like, keep up the smoke screen. You don't lose anything. That's why Disney do it.
Well, I mean, I don't blame them. Like, they still have to try to recoup as much as possible. And marketing departments are there to lie. That's their job, is to make something, no matter what it is, look as buyable as possible. So I'm not going to blame them, but I will call them out when they just lie, when they lie. And here we go. So Culture Crave, again, passing on what Deadline says, and we're going to go to the source article on this. Okay. Captain America 4. Hey, no, guys, there's accounts right now that aren't, Culture Crave that are saying that Captain America Brave New World has already made its budget back.
Okay.
Yes, there are. I've seen that myself.
Yeah. 180 minus 192 minus 180. 12 million in profit, guys. 12 million in profit, fucking losers. Let's go.
And let's be fair. This might have amazing legs and make its money back.
It's not, because it's shit. Man.
I'm saying it's a possibility. All right.
It's not because the film to have legs has actually got to be good. I thought we had varying degrees of Guardians 3.
Guardians had great word of mouth.
And it had a pretty poor opening weekend specifically for Marvel and Guardians, but word of mouth kept that one going because people
with competition. By the way, it had competition in the theater, and it just kept going along.
But I was seeing this film at the cinema. Nothing, not a reaction from anyone. Just blank. Two people walked out. They never came back. As soon as the first credit hit for the end of the film, people just got up and went straight out. Nobody was interested in watching the fucking post-credit scene. There's like 3 of us. that decided to wait till that, and it was a complete nothing burger. This was watching this, I was fucking embarrassed in places listening to the script. Literally embarrassed at how poor it was. You know, hey, let's go. New Falcon, we gotta do the thing. Okay, but I gotta bring clean underwear. Don't die. What?
It's a good one. Yeah, when it came to something like a Deadpool and Wolverine, like one of the first things I said before that I didn't like it, I was like, this movie's gonna do well. Like it's so obvious, like it's a crowd pleaser for sure. The Guardians 3, I think I was like 50-50 on. I wasn't sure what was going to happen with it, especially considering its history and everything, but obviously I wasn't a fan of the movie. This one, though, like I think Free had mentioned, his crowd were actively against the film in the cinema. Like there was laughter at serious moments, and there was lots of dead silence at the jokes, like almost all.
Yeah,
of them.
that happened a little bit in our theater too.
I couldn't imagine for a fucking second that this film would have legs. Why the fuck would it? There's no word of mouth spreading this thing. No one cares. It's very dull. It's not about anything. Like it's barely like there's no jokes in it that really work. There's nothing in terms of a big old character for everyone to get behind. It doesn't progress the world of the MCU in any kind of interesting way. It doesn't answer anything. It's baiting the fucking multiverse by the
MauLer,
end of it.
what are you talking about? It introduced adamantium and it showed us Celestial Island, who Robert Meyer Burnett correctly pointed out on Versus yesterday on our good friend Chris Gore's Film Threat channel that nobody knows that's a Celestial. How does anybody fucking know that's a Celestial? We don't even have the last administration in.
They're colloquially calling it
Celestial Island.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're right, MauLer. You're absolutely right. So Culture Crave is a site that is the Ian Miles Chong.
You could have just ended it. It's a site.
It's the Ian Miles Chong of entertainment posting.
But it does always, their posts do always end with via somebody else.
It gets tons of traction, and all it does is quote or not even directly quote something from an article. It doesn't link to the article; it links to the site, and it's the kind of thing that does really well on Twitter. I'm blocked now, thank God, because. But I am a little worried because I don't know where I'm going to get my regurgitated garbage access media information now from.
Blocking doesn't stop you from seeing.
I can see it, but it's not going to be on my feed. I don't care. Like, and I probably got blocked because of Jeremy. It's Jeremy's fault. Like what I said was pretty fucking tame, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I just called him out for like not understanding the box office. I basically said, Disney,
well, they didn't misunderstand anything, Gary. It says via deadline. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault. And they could have just stuck with that. They go said, bro, what do you get mad at me for? Deadline said it, that's all you had to say.
I mean, working off the 425 is going, all we have to do is go back to the 180 times 3 method, which will be for,
we're going to do the math on this I've broken it all down.
Somebody needs to, because
somebody needs to explain to them.
Yeah.
Now Jeremy got blocked because he put a Trump image under it. And he also, Culture Crave came back and said that Deadline actually debunked the $375 million budget, and that debunking was somebody might have said that's not true. That's not debunking. Okay, that's just like we know. Well, I know from people inside of Marvel, right, and other sites have talked about the bigger budget, but since the 180 has come out, that's all you're going to find, and that's the purpose of it. So it's how this works. It's how they do it in politics. You put a headline out and people just read the fucking headline and they go with it because they want to believe it. Whatever, that's fine. If you want to believe it, if you need this movie to succeed to make you feel fulfilled as a human, go ahead. I hope it does. Fuck it. But wait, 425 million to break even. All right. Let's just say that's true. We're going to start with, we're going to have to assume a lot of things are true, guys. Okay. So I'm asking you to really suspend your suspension of disbelief will be put.
Suspend my suspension of disbelief.
Suspend your suspension of disbelief some more. By, let's just say, I got to get my calculator out for this. Because I had it all written in a tweet in response to Culture Crave, but they blocked me, so I can't read the whole tweet. So you're going to have to forgive me on this one. but I did have the math worked out. So let's just say that the $180 million budget reported by Disney is true, even though we know it's not. That's the price of the reshoots. Let's just say that's true. So when it comes to films, so if $180 million is the budget, that means the marketing is 50% of that minimum. It's probably a lot more. It probably equals the budget in this case, but let's just be really fucking nice and say it's 50%. So that's 90 million. So we got 180 million plus 90 million. That equals
270.
270 million will be the budget for this movie. Let's also take into consideration that domestic ticket sales. So
no, they get 100%, Garrett.
400. It's hard enough for me to do math as this is fucking taking all my concentration.
I'll read some comics.
Yeah, you got time. We're going to go with a $425 million worldwide break-even point. That's what they're saying. Okay. So we're going to say 225 million are domestic and 200 million is worldwide. Let's just go with that. We're being nice. So domestic ticket totals, Disney gets 60% of domestic ticket sales. Disney gets 20 to 40% of foreign ticket sales. We're going to split the difference and say it was 30%. 30%. All right. So if you split that so let's say that again, that 180 million is true. At the end of the day, Disney makes off that 425 million, $195 million. $195 million. So in my world, 195 million is less than 270 million by $70 million. It's still a $70 million loss.
You've mathed wrong. You see, when a movie goes into the cinema, it doesn't cost anything. And they get 100% of every ticket that's sold, plus the popcorn, plus the soda. Okay, so this film is a roaring
popcorn
success.
Buckets too. Yeah, they get 100% of the popcorn buckets.
Yeah. So this is a roaring success.
Oh, they get the parking money too. They get the parking garage doesn't keep any of the money. Disney gets to keep that money.
It's 192 million in profit after its first weekend.
And bigger numbers aren't always bigger than smaller numbers, but they are smaller than. So bigger numbers. Yes. Just keep that in mind.
So of that 192 million, by the way, that it's made, 92 million is worldwide and 100 million roughly is domestic. It's they have taken in about $85 million, 85 to $87 million so far. Disney.
Well, I'm showing that the domestic at the minute is 87.8 according to the numbers.
Well, is that 3-day or 4-day?
That is the 3-day because that's what the weekend
4-day is about going to be about 100 million. That's what it's going to be, which is, by the way, how much less than that is Ant-Man, which came out over the same time period 2 years ago?
40 million.
Well, direct comparison, right? Yeah, the Friday for Captain Falcon was 40, Quantumania's was 46, and then Saturday was 27.5. Saturday for Quantumania was 33.9, so more like 34.
That Deadline article, X-Ray Girl.
Sunday for Captain Falcon, 20 million. Sunday for Quantumania, 25.7. So again, just beating it. And then the Monday for Captain Falcon apparently is 12.2, while Quantumania was 14.2. It's just ahead of it. So it's not a minor amount, right?
No, so it beat it by $30 million internationally, and it beat it $20 million. Quantumania beat it $20 million domestically, about $33 million internationally.
Yeah, they are not neck and neck. Quantumania is clearly ahead.
What was the rhetoric about the amount of money that Quantumania made in profit?
I forgot. They said it was a small amount. It was kind of funny, but they said they made a profit of like what? $88,000 until we found out that was a lie.
So this has taken much less already because it's only been out for a weekend, and this is in profit.
So scroll down towards this 425 million. Highlight that, please, for me.
Where's
Just
that at?
Control F, 425 million.
Oh God. You know, have you guys ever heard of girl math?
No, I've heard of Asian math.
Yeah.
No, just it's like when you return an item and then you buy something else, it's basically free, right?
Oh.
So I feel like they're using
No, girl math. When they an overpriced item is reduced to its original price, you feel like you
saving
save money.
I feel like they're using that for this.
Okay. So this is where this is supposedly this is supposedly where Culture Crave got the information. Disney Marvel Studios. I'm glad they're calling it Disney Marvel, by the way. Thank you very much for finally calling it Disney Marvel. Captain America Brave New Low posted a solid estimated Saturday of 27 million, 33% off Friday previews, and 40% mid to high 90 millions, which is what the reduced expectation was. That is Brave New World posted Sunday. That's better than Ant-Man. That is if Brave New World posts a better, which it didn't. And President's Day holiday better than, which it didn't, than Ant-Man. Rio at 87 million. The fourth Captain America movie carries production costs before P&A of 180 million. I'm told the break-even point is 425 million global box office. Now, is that gross or net? Because we just showed you, if it's gross, it doesn't make its money back at all. To make $425 million net, it would have to make about $800 million. But keep towing the company line, people, because you need it to happen. I don't really care. I don't really care. It's just this is your information. Foreign ticket sales, they take Disney takes 20 to 40%. It's usually right in the middle. China, it's like 25%. Domestic ticket sales, it's 60%. Marketing is at minimum 50% of what the budget is. So you have to add whatever half that budget is to the budget. Sometimes it just doubles the budget. You can't say that Captain America was lightly marketed. So I'm going to guess the marketing is $180 million, but we're going to say 90.
Super Bowl ad.
Running them around to Daytona and doing all that. And that's great. That's great. Anthony Mackie seems like a great guy. I have no problem with that. He's just, don't interview him too much. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but there are people out there who think it made its money back, and they're like, if you're just a fan and you think that, whatever. But if you're like a YouTuber who covers it or a Twitter account that covers entertainment, this is like basic shit that you should already know. You know what I used to do when I was a kid, guys? I had a scrapbook. This was when I was like 9, 10, 11, 12. And, occasionally, if I was playing basketball and I got wrote up in the local paper, I'd cut it out. But what I mostly cut out, because I was such a fucking dork.
Carbs.
Box office headlines for movies.
Okay. Sorry.
Box office headlines for movies. And I have a full scrapbook of Indiana Jones, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, all that shit. That's how much it mattered to me. And that's how long I've been into. I love the business behind it. I love all this shit. And plus, you want to see something you like do well, especially back then when everybody hated anything genre. And I mean the Hollywood system. They're like, oh, look at that stupid shit. So when it did well, we're like, haha. Now it's like it's polar opposite. And we see some really strange stuff on Twitter.
Why do you care so much? And then you get in the very next tweet, man baby, look at all of his toys. It's like, which is it? Is it we're not allowed to care too much, or is it we shouldn't care because we're man babies, or you hate everything?
A lot of people we're dealing with as well treat it like a sport that they're desperate to win when they don't even care about the teams. Like they don't actually care about Captain Falcon at all.
Yeah, they haven't seen it.
No.
They haven't even seen the fucking film, mate.
Well, we get the proof of that with so many of these films because the Gary was correct earlier. There is currently, just with the way things work of reality. I know you feel about it as, and I'm similar, but it is possible. It is physically possible that this film could still make loads of money by having the best legs in the history of any movie ever. It's not
possible.
However, once again, with all these numbers, we tend to look at history, do we not? And it's like, so what, what was Quantumania's drop off? It's like 82%. Okay, well, maybe
I don't think
drop off as hard as that, it could make it a bit better. But historically speaking, one of the, and I say this, best drop-offs, meaning most maintained source of money for one of these movies, would be Guardians 3, which had a 67.5% drop-off. Do you really think Captain Falcon's going to have a lesser drop-off than Guardians 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine? It's like, no. So what are we looking at? It's like, it's going to be more than 70% of a drop-off. That would be the most reasonable. And if it is, the math starts to just lock in. You can't escape it. It's like it's going to be a very specific amount. You can project it really easily now. Because reality tends to go a particular way. There's not much you can do to escape it. There's still a chance. It's still a chance this could
of
all
course
just
there is.
be a huge
but
anomaly.
If the drop off is in the 60s, it ain't making its money back.
No.
It's not.
No, I think I predict it's going to be somewhere in the region of like 68, 60.
I think
mid-60s.
I don't think the numbers are going to lie at all. It's going to track behind Quantumania for its whole. It's just going to. It's going to be just behind it the whole time.
It's on. Also, you got to right. I know this doesn't mean too much, but this is the first time that we've really seen critics kind of go hard at a film, and it's currently at a 49% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's all critics. If I was to go on to top critics, maybe it's going to be even lower because there was a huge difference between the two. It's 35% on top critics.
If you read why we fuck the critics, the corporate critics, but they don't like it for the most part for the opposite reasons. We don't like it. So to be fair, there are some critics who would just say quality wise, because that's what we're talking about, like the actual quality of the film. I don't think it's particularly woke. It's got the MCU fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg in it, which is fucking hilarious. But other than that, man, you compare it to Falcon and Winter Soldier, this one is downright tame. And that's why the critics a lot of them are mad. That's why a lot of them are mad, because it's not woke enough.
And I think for anybody who's getting like confused on it, like other than referencing Rotten Tomatoes as an authority that tells us whether or not the film is good, it's just that there are going to be people out there, and there are that use it, and for it, like that means it's doing worse than any other film we've seen that tracks similarly.
I use Rotten Tomatoes because whenever you hear one of these shill sites talking, they always reference Rotten Tomatoes as like the source of. Well, the critics love it, therefore. So we know that Rotten Tomatoes is a fucking joke. We know how it's fucking bought and paid for. We know about the $50 bribes to give. We know all about this kind of stuff. So we're not looking at it as any sort of authority. But when your main sort of breadwinner comes out and pans the film, then are they now going to reference Rotten Tomatoes as no? The marketing's now centered. Notice how weird this is. The marketing's now centered around the budget of the film
that they
who's
reduced.
Who's talking about how good it is?
And the reason they reduced it is so they can come out say, like, to state the obvious, because you guys already know this in the chat, so they can say it was profitable when they know it isn't. And because the news about this was all the reshoots and the ballooning budgets. So,
but why would you want to do that, Gary? Why would you want to try and form a narrative that if it does a low number, it's going to be because it's going to do a low number?
Because it's going to do a low number. Yes, it is their job. So they are revising history, and it shows you how easily it can be done.
I'd say they're prepping history. It's like
that's even better. Yes. So here's just some past instances of Marvel line. The original reported budget for Doctor Strange Mom was $200 million. Disney reveals Doctor Strange Mom cost more than Avengers 2. Okay, well, Avengers 2 Disney has revealed that the cost of 2022 superhero movie Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness surged to a staggering $414.9 million. That's 331.9 million in British pounds proper money.
What was the first number that he gave us?
200.
And that, sorry, I've got a very short attention span. What was
I'll
the
speak
second
slowly.
number? What was the second number you gave us?
First number was 200 million.
200, right.
The actual number was 414.9 million. Now, to be fair, they got about 40 million back on tax credit. So it was 370, something like that, which is still more than 200 million, which they originally reported. Now, there's no law.
How the fuck is that movie so expensive? Damn, guys.
And this movie did well. This movie almost hit $1 billion. Where was the fast track sequel to this? If it was such a success, you believe me, they would kill for numbers like this from just a non-Deadpool Wolverine. For Shang-Chi, they would have killed for numbers like this. With the Eternals, this is one of your big boys. It had Sam Raimi directing. I was kind of excited for this movie, to be honest with you. I was like, this one might be good. Let's go. It was a piece of shit. It wasn't even about Doctor Strange.
No.
It was a sequel to WandaVision.
With America Chavez trying to take the spotlight as well.
Yeah. The really popular character, America Chavez, who's currently on issue 500 of a seminal run. Oh, no, that's not true. So there's another film they did this with, and that would be The Marvels. Now, Ryan's pointed this out a bunch of times. Again, originally reported as $200 million for the budget. A little bit different. 374 million was the budget for The Marvels.
A little bit different.
That again, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. 374 million is more than 200 million, correct?
Only if bigger numbers are bigger than smaller ones. I did mention this earlier.
You did? You know, math is subjective.
It really is.
Okay. So, yeah, did I not show that? There you go. 374. So, we'll never know because those were shot in the UK and they had to come out with that in their tax records, right? Cap 4 shot in America, so we'll never know. But you know how you'll know if this thing is a success, if this thing's a massive success, they will announce a Captain African American trilogy. So I'm looking for that announcement any day.
They're still wondering what they're doing with him in the Avengers films, guaranteed. They're probably filming, depending on like how big his role is. They're probably not even 100% sure yet.
Well, yeah, but they're stuck with him now. They are stuck with him.
That's true, but they're also probably considering like just how much they want to give screen time to, for example, like other people they can cameo. Like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Like, maybe we'll just have more of him. Fuck it.
All kinds of Henry Cavill rumors going on still.
I mean,
like they're looking at him for Nova or Captain Britain or whatever. Yeah, we'll see.
Anything that works at this point.
No, if things were going well, they wouldn't have paid Robert Downey Jr. I mean, maybe they're counting that maybe that $100 million is actually what they paid Robert Downey Jr.
If there was like a way to scale power level for particular actors playing particular characters in the MCU, if Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. scores a 10 out of 10, like that's basically the highest in the scale. Steve Rogers, Captain America, Chris Evans, not too far behind him. I think we could all kind of agree with that. And then like further down the scale, you're going to hit people like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. It's like, yeah, he can pull some people, but he's not going to be as anywhere near. But then Sam Wilson, Captain America. It's like I don't even. Where would that land on the scale? It's like I don't know, fucking 2. Like who's?
I would say Sam Wilson's Falcon would land on the scale higher as a leader of the Avengers.
Well, I certainly would have preferred it, but the idea of like broad audiences, what will they be drawn in by? Is like, are you hoping to trick people by calling it Captain America? Is that
if you
the
have
goal?
to, the fact of the matter is, what Az was bringing up is, if you have to create a narrative and reduce your budget and trick people, you're just lying to yourself. I don't care what the movie does. Ultimately, I watched it. I didn't like it. You know what? The best movie I've seen this year was the biggest flop of the year by far. Better Man. Better Man's the best movie I've seen this year, and it's the biggest flop. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But when you're lying to yourself over and over again, you're not a successful business. You know, and internally they're trying to fix everything by keeping it secret, but it's not a secret. They announced the Russo brothers are coming back. They announced RDJ's coming back. That was an admission of failure. If they thought everything was great, then your new Avengers movie would be Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, Black Falcon, Captain America Chavez, and She-Hulk.
It's genuinely what it feels like across the recent bout of movies in the past few years. It's like, so who we putting in? It's like, well, Captain Marvel's pointless. Shang-Chi's not going to work. Fucking, we can't even get Doctor Strange for sure. He's not even in the first movie. It's like, who else? It's like, Captain Falcon? And they're like, all right, let's test him. And it's like, no, like, that's not working either. What the fuck are we going to do?
I don't know.
All right, the Avengers. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Deadpool.
Holy shit, your mic is like...
Your mic, what is going on?
Sorry, did I just go hot? Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be so hot.
You're in an echoey room. You need to put more toys in there, and that adds his soundproofing. That's what I do.
I've got it. Look, we've sorted out my audio. I've actually sorted out my audio, so my volumes can go crazy now if I want them to. There's going to be no more. Hey, it's too fucking quiet now. It's too fucking quiet.
Who has ever fucking said that to you ever?
Every fucking gaming stream I do. Even I had people saying to me, "Oh, as on FNT, when you start talking." And someone else talks, it actually cuts you off. And
Y'all need to get your hearing checked.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as a semi-deaf and totally blind person.
the thing is though, right,
Okay,
they can make as much cope as they want. They can lie as much as they want about the budget. It's going to lose money. So you can lie and say, oh, no, made money. It's very good, very successful. Nobody fucking went, you know, because we're going to get the reported box office numbers come in. We're going to see what the drop-offs are going to be. No, it was a profitable movie. Okay, so the sequel is going to be greenlit because you are in desperate need of these profitable movies. Wow. I mean, he'll be back in an Avengers movie, but we can surround him with maybe characters that people actually want to see. Well, it didn't work in the comics. It wasn't ever going to work.
They had to put a Red Hulk in his movie. Could you imagine if he was just fighting fucking Sidewinder? You know, it's just like or Copperhead.
Jesus.
Copper. That's the guy with the fucking beard at the big. To me, it was just I'm like, why is this big guy just kicking the shit out of him at the beginning of the film, and then at the end, the Hulk is pummeling him, and he's just like, nah.
That guy had like more than henchman energy because he got given loads of time. But I remember thinking, like, why?
He was probably in the movie more. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
There are
100%. Yeah.
Oh, dude, there are points. One of the points we laughed at the most is Giancarlo Esposito's character just kind of pops up and he's all just like, wait a minute. They were just fighting and now he's popping up and he's singing like a bird. Like, what the fuck is this? Just like there's something missing, you know.
I have
drives around the corner and
I want to do this. This
is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna let me go. And then he's all, oh well, I have all the information, I have all the leverage. He's all, no, you don't. He's all, okay, I'll tell you anyway.
Dude, people have compared his fight with Falcon. They've compared that with the Winter Soldier Steve fight in Winter Soldier.
Oh, as far as fucking like one's good and one's the polar opposite.
It's fucking insane. It's like, stop it.
The worst thing in it is the hand-to-hand combat. Like, that's actually worse than the CGI, which is Eternals bad. Like when his mask comes on with the little purple hue, I thought of the kids or Thor Love and Thunder bad. I thought of the kid's face floating in the air, and I'm like, oh my god.
Don't you like it when they get punched onto the ground, and so the first thing that the helmet does when they get punched onto the ground is to deactivate.
Yeah.
When you're at your most vulnerable because you just
know.
got punched to the ground, so your helmet deactivates, so you could go what? So you can see. So why are you wearing a fucking helmet?
Yeah. Hey, the best location for a final battle is amongst the cherry blossoms, guys.
They were appealing to the giant Japanese audience, desperately hoping.
Apologizing to them. That's like, sorry, we had to make you the bad guy so we could pander to China.
Here's some sakura trees for you to feel, I don't know, Japanesey in. Just imagine,
they're like, what's the most inoffensive country we can make a bad guy? Japan won't get mad. They're a bunch of pussies.
They're kicking out nuisance streamers. That's all they got on their fucking plate right now.
Oh, jeez. It was so weird. It was such a weird decision, but the whole movie's a weird decision. It was a bad concept. As I said, it's a Captain America movie without Captain America and a Hulk sequel without the Hulk. That's what it is. And
Perfect.
It's really bad.
And it'll definitely get a sequel because it's doing great.
It's doing great, guys.
It's made its money back already.
It's already made its money back. It's a massive hit.
Yeah.
You guys are just haters. You do not real. I cannot wait in a couple of years, MauLer. We're gonna get that. This is pure cinema, and we'll see the purpley goopy fucking mask go on Sam Wilson. It's
Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boys, sets UK and Ireland box office records with historic opening as Captain America takes second place.
Okay, to be fair, to Captain,
more people were going in to see
be
that.
Fair, no, dude, I have been to your country. I fucking believe it. Oh God, what's the other play? What's the play of the ABBA music? That was a play. No. I saw My Big Fat Greek Wedding in the UK, and it was packed. Holy shit! That like people were just like clapping and having. That's what the UK likes. So I believe it. But to be fair to Captain Death to America, yeah, like Bridget Jones is more popular. Bridget Jones is more popular. Now I'm going to argue that if Sebastian Stan's Bucky was playing Captain America, they would have, they would have tried a little harder, and they would have made a better movie. What sucks about this is Falcon and Winter Soldier builds up this like a black man can't have the shield, a black man. It's about a black man. A black man can't be Captain America. Don't mind. We just had a black president, but black man can't be Captain America, and it's all about the black man. And then they fucking half-assed the movie that they put a black man in as Captain America. They fucking
don't forget too, War Machine. Remember Iron Patriot?
Yes.
Sorry, that's in your history, MCU. You can't escape it.
Yep. Oh yeah. That's a good action figure, by the way. That's a good Hot Toys. Iron Patriot.
Yeah, it's some really good.
God damn it! I broke my own rule. Fucking ass. Dr. Doom pre-order.
Okay.
I went. Poof.
Did you pre-order the Iron Man in the Captain America armor with the shield?
No, I just Dr. Doom. Just Dr. Doom. I'm a Fantastic Four fan.
I mean, no, you just bought it so you can shout at it because you hate them.
Yeah, because I hate all this stuff. Yeah, I actually hate it. You know what? I actually shout at all of my action figures individually when I walk in there. Fuck you! I've never liked you.
That's why I do this. I'm turning around to scream at my Transformers behind me. Yeah.
How dare you be a trans allegory?
Yeah. How dare you be trans?
Oh, MauLer.
Yeah.
Oh, MauLer. It's been kind of funny. But like we go through this every fucking time, dude. Like every time, every movie we go through this fucking cycle again. And some people just act like, man, yesterday never happened. They have the short-term memory of an emu, who did conquer Australia, by the way. I just want to point out. But every time like an ostrich or one of those big birds that's practically a dinosaur, it'll look at it looks at Az, and then it looks away. And then it looks back at Az. That's a new person to them.
Yeah.
Same with the goldfish. That's what a lot of this is. And they just act like it, I've learned a lot of this stuff through osmosis. Again, I've been a fan of box office. I did scrapbooks as a kid. And then just doing this, I've talked to people. and found out what marketing usually costs. Talk to people in marketing. You get
The truth
information.
always comes out. It just takes a little bit of time,
It
but
does.
at this point, you should be able to predict with all the information we've had. Because Shang-Chi was the one that really stood out to me as like, wow, they still say that was a huge success. That's amazing. Like,
It's
that's
crazy, and they just
yelling
never
in the
mention
face of
MauLer.
the reality just doesn't matter. Reality is whatever I make it.
Shang-Chi, which had a $40 million opening weekend, by the way, 40 domestic. Also, it came out in a quarter. So I did a video on this where Disney as a company on their films, which were the only thing they were releasing because it was COVID. So the only thing they had were Marvel films as Disney, the quarter Shang-Chi came out, they took a $65 million write down. That means they lost $65 fucking million. So nobody made money. Shang-Chi didn't make money. The parks didn't make. Nobody made money.
Yeah. I remember that. Actually,
nobody made money. They lost a shit ton of money.
Can you please just leave the $1 billion corporation alone?
The thing about that though, is it's like they're yelling at you, like it's fucking doing awesome and great. Yeah, I bet you're fucking mad. You like turn your head, look over, and it's just this corpse. It's like
shows your ticket
bleeding out, and you're just like, why?
Yeah.
Like again, I don't care how much money it specifically is making. I'm just look at it. It's dying. There's blood everywhere. What are you talking about? They're like, nah, it's doing great. Actually,
you just want to sit back and just go, okay. You're right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. At this point, it's just like, fine. Yeah.
Whatever you say.
Whatever all right.
Whatever you say.
You go. Let's see how things turn out. Let's see how things turn out.
Financial stability in the future being completely nailed down that they brought back Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos for $1 billion, bajillion, gazillion dollars.
A lot of money.
They did that.
A lot.
Everything's fine. That's why they did that.
Yeah, it's the whole burning room analogy. Everything's fine. It's okay.
What's funny too is that even if that works, even if they made $3 billion on both of those Avengers films, it's not going to change anything because he'll be gone then.
Doctor Strange mom, you got a lot of clap back. I got some clap back. How's that movie looking now? What's the general consensus?
Often referenced as a really shit film.
Yeah.
That fucked up the multiverse. Doctor Strange barely had a role in it. It's at best it's saved by some shots that Raimi obviously managed to sneak in, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think if
Raimi Scarlet Witch was absolutely destroyed in that film, obviously.
The fact that you fucked up Marvel, you, Kevin Feige, it was your idea to have fucking Mr. Fantastic's heads pop off. The fact that you fucked up Sam Raimi directing a Doctor Strange Scarlet Witch, that if you would have told me 20 years ago that was happening, that'd be the movie I was looking the most forward to. I'm like, oh my God, this will be a fucking banger. And Marvel fucked it up. Raimi's a good guy. He's a nice company guy. He doesn't want to he's not like David Lynch and screaming at people, although I respect that. David Lynch can scream at people all he wants, may he rest in peace. But he should have that fucking that up was one of the biggest fuck ups in their history. Absolutely. Because you had the talent there. And you fucked it up. Well, except for the writers. The writers sucked. Holy shit, those writers sucked.
Michael Waldron, classic.
Oh, so guess what? He's gone. He wrote a $900 million grossing movie, MauLer, and he's fucking gone.
He wrote that. He wrote Loki. I'm pretty sure he executive produced Loki season 2, and then he was set to write the Avengers. He was on one, and Loveness was on the other, and both of them are out now.
Both of them got fired.
Loveness was the Quantumania.
Yeah, the one who said he was worried his script was bad until he saw people laughing in the cinema and was thankfully like, it is good. It's like, I think they were laughing at the movie.
Yeah, they were laughing at. In all fairness to him, maybe I can forgive him for feeling that way, because when I watched it, I was in utter silence. There was nothing.
I could not resist laughing at fucking MODOK, dude. That was the.
Oh, okay, no, that's fair enough. Actually, the MODOK, yeah. Or don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Such an awful piece of shit movie.
Oh, and it's currently making more money than Captain America 4.
Exactly. And it failed.
And let's
be honest, like Paul Rudd's Ant-Man, pretty sure he's higher up on the draw scale than
Yes,
Anthony Mackie's.
Anthony Mackie's.
Captain
Yes,
Falcon.
he is. Yes, he is. Another.
Well, I mean, I said that I had predicted this was going to do between 550 and 650 million. After seeing it and seeing the initial box office, I think 450 is kind of more realistic now.
That might be realistic.
Well, the margins are closing in because we can see what it's within. It cannot escape the numbers. It's going to get eaten by them. That's how it works.
Yeah, unless all these people that said it's made money decide to actually go to the cinema and see it, as opposed to downloading it from a fucking pirate website and then saying these are my favorite characters of all time after reading their latest Wikipedia up, page.
Fucking months later, they're like, Brave New World wasn't that good.
No, they don't even say that. They just go and literally move on to the next thing. They just move on to the next film. So it'll be
as if there is a viral tweet possible, they'll do it. They won't even remember what the film is, but they'll do it if a viral tweet's possible.
No, Jeremy was going to our daily today. There was the guy who said, I'm not going to look up the tweet, so you just have to take my word for it. The guy who said it made its money back in the opening weekend, so you just need to kind of like leave at that point. And then he followed up with something to the effect of people just don't want to see black people in a Marvel movie. And then some guy goes, "Bro, Black Panther made 1.3 billion," and he goes, "Dude, that was 2018."
Two things can be right at the same time.
2018, the time
we were less racist than 2018 for some reason.
We're all like, "Woohoo, black people!"
Then he follows up with what most of these people are. He follows up with, "I haven't seen the movie." Just fucking leave it there.
You're boring.
He said the line.
Fucking bullshit, man.
So you're out there stumping for a movie you haven't fucking seen.
It always blows my mind when we get that accusation, when they're like, "Do these guys even watch these films?" It's like, have you seen the autistic breakdowns? We go through every scene.
I had a guy say, he was on a comment in one of my Dragon Age videos saying, "You can tell that this guy hasn't even played the fucking game."
Oh my god. Oh, dude, listen.
Yes, sir.
How many times do we get? I'll say we.
The royal we.
These guys have never read a comic book.
Yeah. Well, this is my latest green screen. Background.
I never owned a comic shop. I never owned a comic shop for a decade. That was just total bullshit. I've just been lying to you this whole time.
Now, admittedly, we woo-boo. Yeah, after a certain fucking period, as in, when you started changing all the shit, we absolutely fucking bailed out of that shit.
We have stopped for
30
4 years.
Before then.
43 for some of us.
Yeah, for you, yeah. 30, 32, I think it was for me. And I'm still picking up. I'm just a little bit more of a discerning customer nowadays, shall we say?
I have been to most of the most of the Comic Cons in San Diego. Most. Like a vast majority. I think I've missed in its entire history, like 12. Maybe 10. So yeah, we like this stuff. We go watch it. And I don't know if you ever saw a MauLer video, but obviously he didn't watch Doctor Strange, Mom.
No.
My video's like 3 times
All Black Widow.
But I think what was funny about stuff like that though is the when I'd done the Snyder Cut video, I got a lot of people being like, "You fucking Marvel fanboy." And then when I made the Doctor Strange or whatever, it's like a DC fanboy I see, and I'm like, yeah, sure.
So this is Marvel's DCEU problem. So the MCU has a DCEU problem now. So they have movies they know internally suck. Okay. But they have to release it. They have to. They've made it. They put a bunch of money. They need to recoup their costs. Plus there's contracts with actors and stuff. And also there's political capital. You don't want to piss these people off, right? Who have, Anthony Mackie been pretty loyal to the MCU. You don't want to piss them off. You promised them this thing 4 years ago in the heat of BLM and all that shit. Now 4 years later, you're like, fuck. We were so wrong on that one. But you have to release it anyway. But the thing is, it does damage to your brand. So it, like this being released and it being shitty, is going to cost you money. What the percentage is, I don't know. Go on.
Zero in on that. And it being shitty. It never has to be, but they always make it shitty.
This could have been good. You could have made this a good movie. There's a lot of different ways you could have gone, but like if you grounded it and made it a spy thriller, right?
You got the leader. You can make it clever if you find someone who has a brain.
Yes.
You said you can make it clever.
You could have made this a good movie for $80 million. $80 million. And it would just be the leader mind controlling people or MauLer. You can have the leader mind controlling Skrulls and have all kinds of fucking fun.
No, you need the leader to walk up to a military base to mind control a guy who decided to walk outside of the military base to phone up Captain America to tell him that my friend's got the mojo that you want, but he's like, no, I'm going to kill you before then, and then I'm going to turn around and walk away. Bye.
It's way funnier than that. He's like, hello, this is my heart-stopping device. Like, what?
What does it do?
Hey, I got it at the memory store.
It's so funny because
I had no clue what the fuck was going on in that. I was like, what is going on in this scene?
That's where it's confusing, is you know it's a hodgepodge, right? But like the general audience member might not know that. So they're going to be watching this going, there's things that just don't connect at all. And
dude, I
there's
saw people
something
saying
not
like, the
right.
reshoots are seamless. Like, what film did you watch?
Dude, Giancarlo Esposito is it's so obvious.
Yeah,
that he's there for like 5 days.
It's cut in so amateurishly. It's just like, this is the A story. Put that on pause. We're just gonna do some Sidewinder random shit. It's like, here he is. Look at him go. Okay, back to the A story.
The director came out in an interview and goes, "These reshoots are totally normal. It's totally normal." Okay, principal photography nowadays. I mean, generally for a Marvel film, it's much shorter than it used to be because they're so CG heavy. But it used to be a month to 3 months. Okay. Back in the day, it used to be a little longer, but now it's like a month to 3 months for principal photography. There's 22 days of reshoot. That's a month. That's a month. That's not a normal reshoot. That's not a pickup. So they're full of shit. And then, you saw the Vulture article, right? The one where like we knew this was going to be a bad movie.
Yeah.
We covered it on Friday Night Tights. And that's a technical guy that Vulture talked to, and they're just like, yeah, I just worked on the reshoots and it was horrible. and Harrison Ford was miserable.
Correctly, though. You said the terminology correctly. There is a huge difference between reshoots and pickup shots.
Pickups are not reshoots.
No, they're stuff where they need to have some connective tissue in editing while they're doing a thing.
Yep, some bad audio here somewhere. Yeah.
So that's people always coming to do some pickup. That's by the by. Reshoots are a completely different kettle of fish. The expensive reshoots
set of pages for a script where they're need to completely invent a whole new character because we're fucked right now.
Like
they're gonna stick them in.
The Thunderbolts is a random dumb movie, but we haven't heard anything about reshoots. We haven't heard anything about ballooning budgets. We haven't heard anything about problems on the set or anything with that movie. It just got made.
It's just gonna fail on its own merit,
which is fucking amazing for the MCU. So props to them just making a fucking movie without massive problems. Even fucking Deadpool, they had to move that up. Now the strike did fuck up a lot of stuff, but Ryan Reynolds' career is not doing that great right now. I watched that SNL special, and he looked ragged, dude. He looked ragged. Now maybe he's on
the complete tool.
I guess I got the rundown on that from Steph. She gave me we talked on the phone last time. I'll explain this to me. And she did really well, and she's got some great videos. So My Nerdy Home, go check them out. X-Ray Girls talked about it too. Girls love this shit. Girls love this little gossipy stuff. It's not Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, other than like there was some false sexual allegations and all that stuff on a male feminist. So I'm just kind of like the guy with the popcorn, kind of looking.
Yeah. Nice Pool was meant to be based on him or something.
Based on, which is, I think that's kind of funny, but that's me. But everybody's kind of on Justin Baldoni's side, apparently, because he did get fucked over and he got receipts. And Ryan Reynolds
the thing about Nice Pool, though,
shit.
Nice Paul was actually nice though.
He was.
And it was Deadpool that fucked him over. So it's like, okay. You kind of actually did the thing. You kind of gave yourself away there, buddy.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I've always heard that Ryan Reynolds was a complete prick behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like, I've always known that. Like, everybody's known that. That's no secret in Hollywood. So apparently he is. But I guess what makes it worse is he's like a billionaire, so he doesn't need to do this. Now backing up your wife, okay, I get that stuff, but like, it backfired in the biggest way, and I think they don't know how to get out of it now, and it's gonna get worse for them. It's gonna get so much worse. And Disney Marvel is like, fucking, we just got Deadpool back. God damn it. And now they can't have anything affecting it. No, Blake Lively ain't that great either. Yeah. I only know her from Gossip Girl. Okay. And but yeah, you know what? Shocking news, ladies and gentlemen. Hollywood celebrities are duplicitous pieces of shit and completely fake.
Yep. And they marketed themselves as good people. And I think the reason people really like watching this is it's always been there, and people like seeing the downfall of someone who
they were just waiting for this to happen. Yeah. Like, almost like, I mean, in a much lesser extent with Neil Gaiman. There's a lot of people behind the scenes who knew all this shit and were just waiting for it to come out. And it took like decades. But when it did, they're like, hey, like, I don't know.
Yeah. And she pretty much self-reported herself too. So
she did.
Did you see that? Because you said you saw the SNL thing. There's that clip where Ryan Reynolds makes the joke of what if you did, and then she dots to him like, what the fuck? Like, what'd you say that? Pretty interesting. I saw people saying that would have been part of the bit, and I was like, I don't think so. That reaction was quick. Like,
it was really awkward, but that whole special was awkward. I watched the whole fucking thing. By the way, watch the 25th anniversary. That was pretty much the last time SNL was funny. The 25th anniversary special is fucking comedy gold. It's so good. This was brutal to watch.
The only thing I found funny from SNL in terms of random clips I've seen, I don't know if it's considered recent or not, but it's those two guys who do that. Is it like Christmas special thing where they write for each other?
Yeah. There's a couple of like, we're talking, it's rare, but yeah, there are things like the special, all the retrospective stuff. I was laughing my ass off at, like, because they did all the older stuff and all the cuts, and then of course the Tom Hanks fucking MAGA thing, like that. Just nope. By the way, not that many people laughed in the crowd when that happened. But if you took a look at the crowd, John Kerry was in the crowd, former presidential candidate John Kerry, just all the who's of douchebags. Seth Rogen.
Oh, he looked like a prick in the. He's like, good news though. Looks like he's on Ozempic, so fingers crossed.
Oh, so he's gonna go blind? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, who knew that the magic fucking weight loss drug has probably some catastrophic side effect?
Well,
was Jack Nicholson there? I think Jack Nicholson was there. Rob Schneider. There was a couple cool people there. Don't worry. I mean, most of them were douchebags. Yeah, like, you're gonna masturbate and use Ozempic. I mean, way.
just as an optic though, I'm British, so this is just as an outsider looking in. The way that Tom Hanks was dressed, it was just like, that just looks like a working man.
Well,
just looks like a blue collar working.
This is why
man.
Hollywood will never fucking learn. What I get what they were trying to do with the joke, right? But considering the reality that this was one of the most racially diverse fucking elections in our fucking history, especially when it comes to that political party, for it's in a long fucking time, if not ever, it's totally just tone deaf. And you're not attacking, like, go ahead and attack Trump. Go ahead. No attacks on Biden. But go ahead and attack Trump. But you're attacking the voter. We've said this before. This is where Hollywood, like, where they fuck up. You want to talk policy. It's boring as fuck, but go ahead. You can attack somebody's policy. But when you go over half the country and then you go, I wonder why our ticket sales are going down. It's like, you're fucking retarded at this point. So yeah, the people are going to take that personally. And guess what? That was the one out of the SNL fucking 50th anniversary. That was your takeaway. That was the thing that everybody took away. Well done. Now, SNL should have been canceled 25 years ago. It hasn't been funny for decades. It's part of an old model. And that's old, TV model, broadcast model. It fucking, it even had the gall to call itself counterculture in that show with John fucking Kerry in the audience. Are you fucking kidding me? It used to be counterculture. By the way, you know who wasn't there? Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd, not there. Dennis Miller,
Chevy Chase,
not there. I can't remember if Chevy Chase was there or not. But the fact that Dan Aykroyd, who is completely healthy, it was not there should tell you everything. An OG. Bill Murray was there. Tom Hanks.
Was he looking as cheerful as ever?
Chevy was there. Okay, good.
Okay.
But no Dan Aykroyd. No fucking Dan Aykroyd. Like I said, the only thing the Tom Hanks thing did was give his thumbnails for the next 2 years. So there you go. Thanks. Thank you very much. It was terrible though. It was pretty fucking terrible.
I saw a horrible thing online.
Like little thing was fun, but yeah.
Somebody put Tom Hanks is a ... on Twitter, and somebody replied pedophile.
Oh.
It's terrible.
That's terrible.
It's a horrible thing.
I wonder if he's invited any underage actors to play Twister lately.
But I heard his frequent flyer air miles to Epstein Island got him a free trip.
Whoopsie. Yeah. But hey, it's like 2 hours long. Don't sit through it. It's all kind of sad and then, and bad. It's sad and bad. It's sad and bad. Doctor Who, guys. Doctor Who. I want this to be true. I want this very much to be true. But I'm just going to say, although more trustworthy than MSNBC, CNN, CBS, ABC, I don't trust the Sun. Is the Sun, what's the one that used to have the Page 6 girls with the boobies?
Page 3 girls and it's the Sun.
That was the Sun. Sorry, Page 3. Why did I double the amount? So
you wanted double the titties.
Yeah,
double the amount, double the titties.
I do feel, by the way, this move to this part of the conversation. It's like we went from looking at that corpse screaming and bleeding and on fire, and it's like Doctor Who. It's the equivalent of you being like, time to get out the archaeology set.
Yep.
Just start I'm
going to get my scalpels and my toothbrushes and do my dig.
Yeah.
Get my trenches going. So the Sun,
find this buried fucking corpse.
The Sun, you had the Page 3 girls, which respect. Okay. Respect. Is it Page 9? In Denmark, it was Page 9. Why did I think it was? I think it was a Mandela effect. I think it was Page 6 and it's changed.
Well, I
think you're just daring. Yeah.
From the Sun, ladies and gentlemen, exterminate Doctor Who facing axe as lead star Ncuti Gatwa quits amid woeful ratings and fans' fury at woke storylines. Ncuti's exit as the Time Lord will be the earliest exit of Doctor, bar one exception. Well, then that's not the earliest exception.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no.
It's the earliest except for another guy. Then it's not the earliest. It's the second earliest.
Except it's not.
So according to the article, they've shot a regeneration scene. So the recent series suffered abysmal ratings, with fans outraged by the BBC's shoehorning wokery into storylines. God. Look at, there's all those great doctors.
Is this a "We Got You Covered" article that they just
feels like it?
Bosses
have postponed any decision into Ncuti's second until Ncuti's second season has aired. Now that I've heard, like they're at a wait and see, and the ratings have to be better than season 1's.
They won't.
What's the likelihood?
Well, we
of
know
that?
Zilch.
Yeah.
But we know that Russell T Davies is stress that no, we haven't been renewed for season 3. Come on, please, let's go. BBC, Disney, let's go.
If
Type of thing.
Sometimes I wonder about this shit. Like, if there's anyone with a reasonable, again, 2 brain cells, maybe 3, maybe 3. Surely it's already over. Like, why would anyone assume season 2 is going to do better? You'd assume
Dude, it's
gonna do
over
worse.
during Jodie. But the
MauLer,
thing is, though,
they're
they were contracted for 2 seasons. Disney paid $100 million for 2
I got
seasons.
you on that one. I'm just saying, like, the notion that it's like, all right, if you guys do better this time, then we'll see it. It's just like, why would they? Why would anything? What's going to happen?
The Christmas special lost nearly 1 million viewers from year on year.
As there is no Christmas special commission for this year.
Oh!
Really?
There is no
Well,
Christmas special commissioned for this year.
This might be like the most. I know you said it before, Gary, but like this is the most like trackably dying franchise in the history of the world. It feels at this point because at
By
least
far.
Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, they can all sort of pretend with all of this shit coming out that they're like, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine. Doctor Who can't pretend. Like, it's
No,
a
Russell T
disaster.
Davies came back with David Tennant and Catherine Tate and fucked it up on
Yeah.
purpose. They doubled down. And that was the whole motivation behind it. And they redid the history, and now Dr. Ruth in some, and now the first black female doctor is the first doctor. Bullshit, by the way. William Hartnell's the first doctor, always will be.
I bet they're kicking
Yes.
themselves for having thrown that out so casually because now they can't market a new season on that.
Nope.
Shooty Gat was out, but we've got a new black female doctor. It's like, nah, you've already done that.
What I find believable in this article is this. But the Scot, is he a Scot?
Yes.
So he was born in Scotland.
Well, he's a Nigerian who came
Was he
over.
if he was born in Scotland.
No, I think he's born in Nigeria and came over to
Okay.
Scotland.
Okay. So that makes me a Texan, right, chat?
I mean, you know,
I'm as much of a Texan as he is a Scot.
I'm
I'm a Texan
fine
too,
with
then.
that. Like, if
He was born in
spend-
Rwanda.
Gary, if I lived with you for like 10 years, would I count as
Okay, if we
American?
got there when he was a baby, I say, okay, that's fine. So the Scot, 32, is already believed to have filmed his regeneration exit scene, and the crew fear the BBC will shelve the show after 62 years. Well, I mean, there was a big gap of nothing in between that, but let's go on.
I mean,
An
they shelved
insider
it in
said,
1989, but okay.
yeah, they shelved it in 89 to 2005. So I'm just trying to do my math on that. That's 16 years, 15 years.
Was it 89 to 2006?
Five.
Actually, and then they came back in 2005.
Mhm.
An insider said Shooty doesn't want, now this is the part I believe. Shooty doesn't want to be tied to the series beyond this, the plans, and wants to relocate to Los Angeles with several Hollywood projects standing by for him. That I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe.
Yes.
That's why Matt Smith bailed. Matt Smith had a bunch of offers and all, and you know,
Andrew Garfield told him to come over, didn't he?
yes, Andrew
That's
Garfield,
nice.
his mate Andrew Garfield, who was in Spider-Man at the time. There's an interview on one of the Blu-rays that where he talks about that. His team also sees a lot of fan backlash from the series and doesn't want the perception of him being the doctor to get in the way of future work. Well, little A for that. If it gets canceled, you will be Sylvester McCoy will be redeemed. By the way, he was always a good doctor. By the way,
Yeah.
The show has been poorly managed in recent years,
No fucking shit.
going on a decade, and a decade. There's a lot of people who've been working on this show for years and now being cast aside due to poor leadership. People warned some episodes were getting too caught up in agenda rather, I would say seasons, guys. I wouldn't say just a couple episodes here and there. Telling a story of those people got shouted down and ignored. Remember when all the white people didn't want to save themselves because they didn't want to go with the black man?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I've saved
Remember
you from
when
the.
they fucking
Go.
undid Catherine Tate's like this whole storyline, and the answer was the doctor wouldn't understand because he's not a woman that you could just release power.
Uh-huh.
And then a
Oh,
man in a dress
insane.
said that to them as well.
Absolutely fucking insane. And then the irony of them having written, he was a woman in your own continuity. He has the memory of that. That doesn't even, that's like the worst person, the worst man to say that to in your own writing. It's so stupid.
Shooty's it's unbelievably stupid. Shooty's first series, which began last May, attracted between 2.25 million and 3.18 million viewers, a tiny fraction of what they used to pull in. Controversy over the storylines has ramped up since 2023. 2017. When Russell T Davies returned as showrunner. Can't forget Chibnall in this, our buddy Chibnall. A trio of 60th anniversary specials kicked off the plot involving character who was able to save London because they were trans, which is true. Yep, that happened. Another saw the Doctor, played by the returning David Tennant, realize he was gay after developing a crush on Sir Isaac Newton, who was Indian.
Yes, I think so.
Yep, not British.
Oh yeah. Sir Isaac Newton was
Yes.
played by an Indian guy. Yeah.
However, viewing figures were still 2 million up on the episodes to come under Shooty, accompanied by new companion Ruby Sunday, played by Millie Gibson. The first real series had plots slamming everything from capitalism to Christianity and introduced a new enemy played by a drag queen. A huge question mark also hangs over whether Disney will renew its deal, said to be worth 100 million pounds.
Yeah.
Proper British money.
Oh, not dollars, 100 million pounds. Okay, wow.
Okay. Crew working on the show in Cardiff are said to be furious at being left in limbo after filming wrapped last week. That's it.
Whoa. Filming wrapped last week?
Go up more. Is there more?
Dude, they've been filming for fucking months because we've seen footage of him with the new companion months ago.
Yeah.
So how come it's taken so fucking long to do these 8 episodes or whatever?
The insider said his word on the set is that the BBC will shelve the series for at least 5 years.
Good.
Star Trek, Star Wars, taking notes. I would say 10. Marvel at this point. The crew will know with the Fantastic Four, MauLer. The Fantastic Four. We will know. As we
know the DC with Superman.
Yes, we will. Yeah, we'll know.
I'm interested to
this
see
year.
How that one's gonna go. Yeah.
Superhero fatigue. Is it bad movie fatigue? Is it chicken or egg? We can have that argument forever.
We'll find out.
But superhero fatigue. It's not with us. There's always going to be superhero fans, and they'll always make a superhero movie that'll be really good that people will go to. But
in terms of the normie space,
the normies will have fatigue.
They're done. Yeah, they're done.
I'm never gonna have fatigue. I'll just go back and read old shit. I'm fine. But as we word on the set is sorry. What was that?
I was going to say, it's fair to say that this ain't even fucking Doctor Who we're dealing with here. So no. I don't know why we're trying to pretend that it is, because Doctor Who's been dead for a long time. And
that's why MauLer said
archaeology set.
Yeah, exactly. It's just we're dealing with fucking scraps here. It's like, they're gonna shelve the thing that nobody gives a fuck about.
I'm actually gonna say, I'm totally with you on that. Like, if these 2 seasons were, I'm not even kidding, if they were like 11 out of 10 writing, I'm not sure it would have saved Doctor Who. It's like too much damage has been done.
It is. You would have to have a okay, so the BBC, which owns it, would have to hire a creator who'd be willing to go, okay, we're going to start everything from the 50th anniversary. We're going to erase everything. Poor Capaldi will have to be erased. His eyes are in it. But yeah, they're just going to have to go off of that. Because even listen, I love Capaldi, but a lot of his shit was fucking, especially last season was terrible.
Yeah, but his shit was really hindered by the writing of Clara. That's the problem. Yeah, a lot of the problem.
And she was too. Jenna Coleman could have been good as the fun Clara and not the stuck up fucking insufferable one.
I'm fucking cleverer than you, Dr. Clara. No, you're not, you dumb cow. I mean, Heaven Sent is just fucking great, godly stuff. It's brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
All right. So word on the set of the BBC will shelve the series at least 5 years. The crew were not told to hold their breath for work on the series for at least 10 years. In other words, they're going to find a new crew. As we scramble to find work, those responsible get to ride off to other well-paid projects without any repercussions. Filming wrapped on Friday afternoon with no fanfare or celebration.
Remember, this isn't even the Doctor, though. Remember, he did a bisexual generation.
Yeah, so David Tennant's Doctor is still around.
Yeah. So David Tennant's actually thinking.
Has that ever more felt like a checkpoint in a video game, or like a save file of like, I'll go back to this if everything goes bad.
Hard save. Yeah. Like, wait, okay. You cannot go past this point without saving. Oh,
Ncuti's exit as the Time Lord would be the earliest since Christopher Eccleston, who has made it very clear who he doesn't like.
Just a little bit.
But he's going back to do some Big Finish stuff, which will suck.
That's Briggs, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Who left after just one series in 2005. Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, and the first female Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, all did at least 3 before handing over to the TARDIS key. Ncuti was brought on by Russell T Davies, who rebooted the franchise in 2005 before leaving in 2009, only to return 2 years ago to completely shit all over his legacy. Well done.
Yeah. I remember when they were trying to push Ncuti as the first gay Doctor, and then they made Tennant's 28th Doctor gay.
Yeah.
They're all gay.
For Indian Isaac Newton.
He's gay for Indian Isaac Newton. For, like, what Newton. The fuck?
Why did I say Newsom? For
Gavin Newsom. You got fucking California brain, mate.
I'm not even kidding. They're like on the verge of announcing it. Turns out all doctors are gay. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Didn't they bi-generate all doctors as well?
They did.
That's what he tried to cope. Yeah.
They retroactively, and that was supposed to explain Ruth, but then they told her that she was the first Doctor.
So Sylvester McCoy actually bi-generated and is still lying riddled with bullets in the morning
in San Francisco after being shot up by an Asian gang.
Poor bastard.
I'm bleeding quite a lot here.
I'm alive.
I'm still alive.
Even I understood that reference.
Oh dear goodness! Is
the wounds are starting to smell like almonds.
Oh no, it's got the gangrene. And Charlton's is just like spinning in a just a loop forever in the void.
Fucking love the Mustafa jokes and
oh god, they're so good.
I'm very badly burnt, but I'm still alive.
Hey, did you get your 4K Austin Powers?
No, I haven't gotten that yet.
I got mine.
Need to.
I mean, I'm half tempted to wait until they do the trilogy and then get a box set or something, but
yeah, they probably will.
Yeah,
probably will. Where is Dr. Evil's secret volcano lair? I will take it to the grave with me. Aha! He asked you 3 times. Like, no. The second question was in a new line of questioning.
Yes.
But didn't count for the first line of questioning. What I love is Austin goes, yes, he's right.
I know. So good.
It's stupid.
Oh, it's stupid and good.
And then fucking Mini-Me shoots him with like poison dart.
So when is Doctor Who comes out in May?
Oh, nobody cares.
I mean, I
have no clue. Nobody cares.
The way I said that, it's like there's no news on it because nobody cares.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Sorry,
nobody cares. So there will be no release date.
If a doctor falls in an empty forest, does anybody hear him?
Nope.
That would be so funny if everyone was like, what is the date? It's like no one released it because nobody cares. Oh, shit. Okay.
Nobody
says
cares.
unspecified at this point. So
I heard May.
That's correct.
Unspecified, yeah.
Unspecified release date. We have so many of those.
I wonder how many times they can call people racist in this season.
Oh, a lot. I think they have a lot of opportunities.
Cool.
Well, especially if filming went past the election. Oh, you know they're gonna throw some stuff in there.
You have to wonder about that. Like when you would sort of claim your own shit is like it's got the pulse of current culture and society, and it's gonna comment and reflect, and it's gonna bring to light a lot of subjects that people are afraid of. And when you see like utter failure and nobody gives a shit, does it make you wonder a little bit that maybe your commentary is actually completely irrelevant, annoying, stupid nonsense? I don't know.
I don't think they have that sense of awareness, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think because we've seen this time and again, and what do we get? Double down, triple down. You're the racist, you're the sexist still. The rhetoric, the narrative never changes. Boring, never changes.
X-Ray Girl, I need you to have Lady Greenmaster find the article of like the top 100 or top 50 TV characters of the 21st century.
Oh,
Hollywood Reporter. It's
superheroes.
No, it's bad. It's bad. In the meantime, while you're looking for that, I want good news for Disparu. I'm always rooting
oh my
for
God,
that little guy.
Willow?
No, second, She-Hulk.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say good news. I'm just gonna say like, there's always hope, little buddy. There's always hope.
Always hope.
Because Tatiana Maslany is ready.
Oh,
I have a lot of serious bones in my body. She-Hulk actress. On whether the character could ever come over to Daredevil Born Again. She wants it to happen. I can promise you it doesn't.
I bet she does.
It does not happen. Here's the fact of the matter. She called out Bob Iger during the strike, and that's what got this, because the same people who were, who told me about Henry Cavill and stuff, they said internally She-Hulk hit all the markers to get a season 2 for Disney Plus, but they didn't renew it because of the fan backlash. And what didn't help her case and why she probably got removed from the banner, she called out her fucking CEO during the strike. I mean, like, it's fucking retarded to do that. Like, I don't care. I'm eating popcorn laughing at it. It's like, go ahead, call them out. Good shit. That's awesome. But yeah, she really, really wants to come back to Daredevil. And Marvel, I think, really, really wants to forget about She-Hulk, the show that made you the bad guy. But for Disparu and, well, quite honestly, me, I'm all for season 2. Acolyte season 2. Bring it all back.
Yeah. Willow season 2.
Willow season 2. Can you even go to Tortuga to find Willow? Is it even possible?
Oh, surely that's where all media is safe, to be honest with you. Because no matter how much they try and scrub Willow from the world, we will not forget.
I just want to put this one up because this is going to make... So, there's a play called Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, yeah.
Big in the 60s.
Yeah.
Big in the 60s.
Yeah, I've already given my comment on this online.
Superstar. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, that was like a big thing, right? Well, they're going to bring it back to the Hollywood Bowl. Now, I was listening to Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers. I was telling this to MauLer before the show.
Are they going to get Grant Gustin?
Well, we'll find out. But first, I want to preface that Jeremy comes out and goes, I don't know what the Hollywood Bowl is. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Wow, what?
Like, what? How do you not know what the Hollywood Bowl is?
I'm fucking British, mate, and I know.
You thought that you'd have to have come across it at some point, right?
At some point in your life, if you like
Python. You thought maybe Jeremy with Monty Python there?
Monty Python, the Beatles, every band that's ever existed, every play that's ever existed, it's in Hollywood. It's like one of the most famous venues in America, but I don't okay.
Reminds me of that guy on Twitter that was like, whoa, the Odyssey is like a story.
Well,
yes,
Christians, this will make you super happy because we have Jesus has been cast.
Jesus wept,
and it's Cynthia Erivo. Nosferatu has been cast as Jesus.
It's just full on unmasked,
No, this is like
clown world.
That's all this casting is. And you know what? It makes me think to that Dave Chappelle opening on the one thing that was funny from not from his opening a couple weeks ago. He's talking about the fires and everything. He's all, you know what? At some point you gotta realize that God hates these people. He was talking about the fires in Palisades and yeah, that's just, you know, they're not going to change. They're not going to fucking change. They will.
But they're doing this to us.
Sorry, Palisades, but they'll let their industry burn down before they change.
Dude, if they're doing that, but all we're doing is
they do stuff like this in plays.
I just fucking burst out laughing.
Yeah, they do stuff like this in plays all the time. This is not the first time something like this has happened.
Yeah.
I promise you. So this is not unusual, but you know, the motivation behind this decision is certainly a middle finger. You know what? I want to see Cynthia Erivo play Muhammad.
I don't think that's going to happen.
That's okay. Show us some big balls, Hollywood. You subversion experts, have her play Muhammad.
No. There's some hope for a Netflix Nosferatu, right?
You could do Muhammad Superstar. Let's go. Fucking do it. Come on. Y'all badass. Man. You're all edgy. Let's fucking do it.
I think we all know Hollywood's the safest thing. What's the thing that we can rip? What's the safest thing that we could possibly rip? White people, Christianity, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's go. Full speed. Okay. I tell you what, though, I was half hoping it'd be Ncuti Gatwa. In all fairness, I really was.
She's actually more masculine than Ncuti, so I mean, it's a better casting choice.
I know who I think would fuck somebody up more in a fight. You know,
she would. She got those Nosferatu claws. Just don't let the sun come up, and she'll be fine.
She has a parasol. It'll be fine.
Yeah. This timeline's funny.
I just want to see her turning on and off a light in a SpongeBob movie. That would be funny. Nosferatu. The first SpongeBob movie, legit funny as hell. Absolutely funny as hell. Riding the Hasselhoff. Come on. Come on, guys. I was busting up in that movie. It was so good. What do we got here? Oh, is this it?
Is that the top 100? It was from Variety.
From Variety. Yeah, the same thing. So let me see the headline. Headline. Thank you. 100 greatest TV performances of the 21st century. I know, okay, that like we're not going to go over every single one. I just want to highlight a couple. Okay. So here. Send me a link to the article too.
It's in the private chat.
It's in the private chat, so I can read it freely. Because all right, so let's see who. Do they start with number one?
That's
or no,
weird.
they don't. Okay, no.
100.
So the article automatically pops down to the bottom. That's strange. That's weird.
Usually we just scroll through the whole thing for that.
So 100's Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. Everybody loves The Bear. I don't care, and that's great. Number 99, Kelly Riley is Beth Dutton. I think she should be higher. She's fucking great. She's great. Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso, didn't watch it. A lot of people like it. Charlie Kirk Weeds, I'm gonna keep going down. From Evil, the Gilmore Girls. Oh,
well, is it worth if we just start? You know, like, for example, just be like, where is, and then name it, like Walter White. Can we control F and just see where these?
Yeah, I can scroll down.
I just meant like, because, there you go. So he was number 5. We could do a game with this somewhat, right? Like try and guess what you think. Because him being number 5 is like, I would have guessed he'd be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Top 5 maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Who makes the article, right?
I think arguably you put him in the top 3, but that's me.
Well, who's next?
Who's
Buffy?
next? Yeah, let's put. Well, no, it's 21st century. It's 21st century.
Oh,
hey, Stellan
Well, wait.
Skarsgård for Andor, 85.
Buffy, does it count only when they were created, not until they stopped?
Good question. So search for Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's the only indication of her in this is here.
Oh, wait. So what does it say in that part, that she wouldn't be included, or that she could be? It seemed apparent to us just different beats. And Sarah Jessica Parker, James Gandolfini, and Sarah Michelle Gellar may have delivered era-defining work,
cut off.
but unfortunately they had to be cut off somewhere. Okay, I got you. Starting the clock in the year 2000, so it has to be shows that were created in 2000 plus.
Okay.
Rami Malek and Mr. Robot, 73. I would expect.
What about Mal? Firefly.
Okay, yeah.
What was the name again?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
Nathan Fillion.
Fillion should get it.
That's the only reference.
No Mal. Okay.
Mal Reynolds is a fucking unbelievable character.
David Harbour's Hopper was 68.
He's on there, but Mal isn't. Okay.
But Mal isn't. What? Elizabeth Olsen from WandaVision is 64.
Oh, fuck off.
Get fuck out of here. Oh, wait. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. I'll just skip to it. Go to number, I think it's, hang on, X-Ray Girl. We'll scan. But when I saw this on here, I'm like, you've got to be motherfucking kidding me. Let's scroll down to number 13, I believe it is.
Ooh.
Number 13, the 13 greatest character. There it is.
What?
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah, okay.
You have got to be fucking kidding me.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
For one, does anybody remember shit from the series other than
No.
it was the only one that was more hateful than Falcon and Winter Soldier? It is the most hateful piece of content in genre probably ever put out. It hated the original Watchmen. It was a sequel to the comics, by the way, not the movie. A sequel to the comics. And it actually does have like one good episode in it with Tim Blake Nelson following his character and the giant squid and everything. But the rest of it is hot garbage. And she is Sister Knight, a middle-aged cop who can beat the shit out of dudes with no powers. And for some reason, Dr. Manhattan from afar fell so much in love with this insufferable bitch, which she is the entire thing, that he decides to change himself from a white man, or I'm sorry, from a white man to a blue man to a black man to make her feel comfortable so he can be in a relationship and then give her his powers with and the messaging in this, MauLer, he hands her an egg. It's an egg, like literally handing her his balls at the end. And that's not even that half of it.
I never watched the show, but I watched people's reviews of it. It was
it is so fucking stupid. Like there's Rorschach is a cult now that and a bunch of them live in trailer park, white trash trailer parks called like Nixonville.
Very clever show.
Super clever. Ozymandias had an illegitimate Vietnamese daughter who was smarter than him.
Of course.
And
didn't he have a flatulence problem as well?
He does when he's tried by his slaves, where he was put on another planet where he decided to leave after engineering the plot from the end of Watchmen. I'm trying to go off of memory here. I remember the opening. I remember the and Don Johnson was a sheriff who was a secret KKK member. And then why am I forgetting?
He played the same character from Django.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he gets hanged by Louis Gossett Jr., who was an original Watchman in a gay romance, which kind of harkens back to the comic book a little bit. Who's in a super gay romance. What else? Oh, and in the beginning, there's they do the Tulsa riots. So the Tulsa riots were the Tulsa massacre was real. So Tulsa was a pretty affluent place for black people at the time, and there was somebody who was falsely accused. It caused riots, and people were fucking massacred. So they took this real history event, and they really patted themselves on the back for this. They're like, nobody knew about this event until we showed it in our show, except you made it. You made it like a villain engineered it instead of like what really happened. And during these riots, there's a World War II veteran, black guy, and his wife, who has got a baby. The wife hands the World War I veteran the baby and takes the gun and leads him out. It's just like, what the fuck? So much of that happens. That's Damon Lindelof, guys. Damon Lindelof. Fucking terrible. The guy who just got fired by Disney Star Wars, by the way.
Oh wow.
So no, this show was so popular. As you can finish this. How popular was this show?
Oh, it was so popular that it got renewed so hard they cancelled it.
Yep.
It's been renewed for a second season, but we've told the story, so we're not actually going to have a second season, even though we've renewed it for a second season, but we're not going to do the second season because Damon Lindelof's just like, mic drop, season 1. My work here is done. I'll take my pink slip now. I mean, my bonus now.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Selena in Veep is the number 1 character in the 21st century, according to this.
Nope.
Jeremy Strong in Severance, Succession is number 2. Elizabeth Moss in Mad Men is number 3. Number 4 is Lisa Kudrow in The Comeback.
There's a suspicious amount of women in.
And then there's Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Michael Kenneth Lamar in The Wire is number 6. I won't really argue with that. Carrie Coon or Nora Durst, speaking of Damon Lindelof, in The Leftovers, very short run series. Andre Braugher as Captain Raymond Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
It's
no
good, but not number.
Rhea Seehorn
No,
in Better Call Saul should have been higher. Rhea Seehorn should be in the top 5.
Wait, why is
agreed.
Wait, but where's Bob Odenkirk?
Yeah,
he's not in the top 10.
What?
Sandra Oh at Grey Anatomies is number 10, which is fucking. You got to be kidding me. Steve Carell's The Office. Michael Scott is number 12. Michael Chiklis in The Shield is behind Regina King for fucking Watchmen. Are you high? The Shield is awesome, by the way. Kerry Russell, The Americans, 16, Arrested Development, some chick from Arrested Development.
Fucking funny.
She was funny. I liked her.
Yeah.
Oh, first and only Game of Thrones character is Peter Dinklage at 19 as Tyrion.
Only. Okay.
And only.
Ooh. That's shocking.
Charles Dance. I mean,
Tywin, Jamie. I mean, some of these characters did get ruined by the time we get to the end.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird to assess. But,
Alec Baldwin's 30 Rock is 22. Coincidentally, that's what he shot a director with.
Hey!
Ooh.
Yeah, Orphan Black's great. Orphan Black was great.
Orphan Black was good. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is 25 in Fleabag.
Yeah, I think I have a feeling. This is just a little feeling that I got. I think I could kind of guess the people that voted on this. I don't know.
Did anyone vote on this? Is that even true? I feel like
no. I think this is some random. Well, let's go. I can't even look at this anymore.
I mean, no, don't
I'll
say
just
that when
leave
you just
this
got
here.
Sydney Sweeney.
I'll just
When
leave
you got
this
Sydney
here.
Oh,
Sweeney.
just leave that there. I mean, you can leave Sydney right there. That's fine.
Easy now.
Make it bigger, actually.
That's
keep
what
going.
I mean.
Keep going.
Sydney Sweeney tends to
Keep
do
going. A little more. Keep going. A little more.
A little more?
A little more.
Oh,
that.
God.
Oh,
Dude,
31.
31. He should be number 1. That's my number 1 right there. That's my number 1.
I think I just gave everyone Deadwood. Scrolling away from Sydney.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, from Deadwood to Hardwood.
I'm trying to think. Oh, a variety staffer.
I'll do it myself.
Variety staffers.
That's what she said. I don't know.
I do like Al Swearingen, but I'd probably still take Walter White.
That's a tough one, man. I think they should
is a
arm
tough
wrestle over it.
What would you go with as?
Louise Dreyfus.
Julia Louise Dreyfus. No, okay. I'll give you this. Like Breaking Bad had a better ending than Deadwood because Deadwood got kind of cut short. But
weren't they going to make a movie?
they did.
They did.
They did.
right.
Oh, they did make it.
They did. It was all right. But Deadwood, I hate to even compare. Those are like two just the writing, the dialogue in Deadwood is unbelievable, unfucking believably good.
Well, I never saw all of Deadwood, and I did see all of Breaking Bad.
You should
so
watch all of Deadwood. Go back and watch all of
with
Deadwood
more
because, like, the one thing they do is they get like how people talked, how they used language back then was accurate. You know, it wasn't all just everybody talking like this because they, because everybody's from fucking Texas or whatever. No, it's like it was really it is Shakespearean. It's like American Shakespearean. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. Amerixperian. But we can keep that picture up. I'm fine with that.
It's gonna say, so, yeah. I mean, if we're talking post 2000, I mean, you got to rack your brain for when certain things started because obviously.
But Julia Louise Dreyfus is Veep. You're kidding me, right? Like, as number one, I'm not like it could be on the list. That's fine. But like number one over Walter White, over Michael Chiklis in The Shield. Did you guys see The Shield?
I haven't seen
Yes,
Shield.
some of it. Some of it.
The Shield is great. Oh. But like even like just Peter Dinklage's performance in the first 4 seasons is legendary. Absolutely legendary.
Let's think. What is the title of this list again?
Feminist gives her take on who she likes.
Top 100 actors of the 20 or top 100 performances, something like that, of the 20 of the
Greatest
21st century.
TV performances of the 21st century.
Performances. I mean, yeah, at that point, it just feels weird not to like. Surely, it feels like to me, Walter White's just gonna end up being at number one. It's just like what everybody. Breaking Bad had the fucking world by a stranglehold. Same with Game of Thrones, to be fair.
So did Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yep.
And those two shows are gonna have to be. They have to be in the top 5, if not the top 2.
When I was criticizing Watchmen, we have people coming in going, "This is the most dangerous channel on YouTube." I'm like,
Where
I'm
was
criticizing a
Batwoman?
show. Oh,
That was
Batwoman.
very scary.
She must have been 3rd or 4th, surely.
Yeah, she'd be in there.
No, Regina King being 13 on this list makes this list dog shit. You know what? There probably was some Sopranos on there, but that's a dude.
Well, wait. I think it's because it mentioned James Gandolfini's discounted because he's
Yeah.
that's posted out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it started before the 21st century. Is that why?
I mean, it is
True
subjective.
Detective.
It is
True
subjective.
Detective.
So
Yeah. It is subjective, but yeah, like both of their Matthew McConaughey should have been in the top 5. Yes. His performance, that's in my opinion, my humble opinion. Maybe aside from The Prisoner, probably the best single season of television.
oof.
Is True Detective. That first season is a fucking banger. Unbelievable.
Did I don't know if I fever dream this. There's a rumor going around that they're bringing those two back for another season. McConaughey and
they came back for
Woody
a
Harrelson.
commercial for filming in Texas. I heard season 4 is going to have connections, or no, the next season is going to have
Season
connections
5,
to the last
everything.
season. Yeah, which was fucking so terrible. I couldn't get past 20 minutes, dude. I'm like, goodbye.
Oof.
Yeah, Rick Grimes should be on there. It should be seminal. Like, if you are in the if you are in the I don't know, the zeitgeist of pop culture as your character, like forever, that should put you on a list. Period. You know, like William Shatner's Captain Kirk is one of the greatest television performances of a character of all time because everybody knows who fucking Captain Kirk is. You don't get that without being a legendary performance. Everybody knows who Spock is. Like fucking everybody. If people know who your character is who didn't watch the show, that's the imprint on pop culture. And that makes you legendary automatically.
I mean, you might not even know Doctor Who, but I reckon still people would know Tom Baker's Doctor Who.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Let's get the Super Dupers.
What's the best season of TV as?
What's the best single season of television as?
Best single season. I mean, you know, I'm a huge Prisoner fan. You've mentioned it. Have you ever seen this Prisoner TV show, Morley?
No.
Oh, what?
Baby, I smell content. Oh, dude, I would love.
Dude, it
to
is
watch
so up your alley,
The
man.
Prisoner with-
It is like the kind of thing that's made for MauLer.
Well, wait. What? Give me more information because I feel like I've
Okay.
never heard of this before.
All right, The Prisoner
MauLer's
is.
young, so don't get.
I'll give you the very basic outline. Is a
The
show
Prisoner came out
about-
before I was born. It's fucking old.
Yeah, 67.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 67 and only had one season, 17 episodes. And it revolves around the story of a government agent that resigns from his job. And in resigning from his job, he is incapacitated and wakes up on an island.
Okay.
And it is
In the village.
surreal and introspective. It is a bit of its time, but it's
Thematically, you can read so many different things
into it. Yeah.
And
Even
you,
for
like today,
yeah.
you'd be like, whoa, that's just because we tend to go around in circles when it comes to themes. And some themes never go away. It's just how they are presented, which differs. Yeah, I think I'd love to watch the first episode with you and just kind of get your feel on that.
I do that. Sure.
Fuck yes.
Hell yes.
But single best, I mean, The Prisoner's got to be up there. Star Trek Next Generation Season 3.
Yeah, I know what MauLer's is
Yeah, you do.
because it's my like
Unbeatable.
1B. It's Angel season 5, but True Detective. Have you seen True Detective season 1, MauLer?
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
it's
haven't.
not a fair
I haven't.
fight. Angel season 5 can't be beaten for me, pretty much.
Yeah.
Saw it at the perfect time, and it's fucking excellent.
Firefly as well. Firefly's right up there for me.
Mhm.
Really, really solid season. 5.
Really fucking good season.
Drinker's only got 3
uh,
episodes left, and you'll be finishing them up in the next few weeks.
I know you said single best, and I've given you 3 so far, but I mean, those to me are 3 insanely solid single seasons.
What's the best modern Doctor Who season?
from 2005 onwards? That's a good one. Possibly season 3 or 5.
Not to discount season 1 because it's very good.
Season 1 is good, but I mean, if we either
no, I'm
season
with you.
3 or season 5.
Because 3 you get Family of Blood, Blink, Human
Yep.
Nature,
Martha.
You get the
What
I
about-
love that. I fucking love. And then you get, of course, the Master Trilogy at the end.
Season 4 is great if you skip a couple of episodes.
I think that kind of applies to all the seasons.
Yeah.
A couple episodes to skip, but because this the Silence of the Library, Forest of the Dead, Midnight.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty good set.
There's always some season. Every season's
left.
got.
But Fear Her, come on, that's so bad, dude.
It was
That's season
remember
2, though, isn't it? Fear is season 2.
I have to say season 5.
Yeah, season 5 is a doozy.
Season
Matt
5 is
Smith.
so fucking good.
It's just consistent. It's so consistent, and it's a great running theme throughout the whole. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if only we did like a, I don't know, top 10.
If only we finished the top 10.
Yeah, I feel like the audience would like that if we did that.
Yeah. We'll do
I
it.
still got mine here.
Hey, we'll
I
do it
still
before the
got it
Wins
in
a Winner
notebook.
comes out.
Oh my god.
I gotta go home. I gotta find the notebook that it's in, and I gotta go home, which I'm gonna do.
Top 10. Here we go. Top 10 Doctor Who episodes. What was I? 10, 11th hour. Oh wait, no, hold on.
That was your number one. You just gave
Oh
away.
yeah, no, shit. The 11th hour was my number one. Girl in the Fireplace was my number 2. Deep Breath was my number 3.
Why are you? What are you doing? This is like,
Stop.
Wait, what? It's been 2 fucking years.
Has it been 2 years? Oh shit!
people didn't
Sorry.
wait 2 years for you to just blurt them out in a few seconds.
Yeah, 16th of May 2023.
Oh shit! I'm
It's gonna do it in 38 seconds.
Yeah, I've
guys.
got my notepad has like my set and both of you guys' stats, and then it's a bunch of notes on the episodes. So
Yeah.
whenever we want to pick it back up, you know.
Yep. Okay, we'll get the soups. Is there anything else we want to spoil? Let's spoil the Wins a Winner while we're at it.
Spoil? Are you fucking kidding? Hey, you know that thing we did 2 years ago that everyone fucking harasses us about? We've never fucking done. Don't ruin it.
What do you?
I do apologize.
What is-
I
what
did
is
not.
this
Time just
framing?
gets away from you. What the hell? Holy shit! I'm an asshole. Well, that's not breaking news to anybody. All right, let's get the soups. Let's do it. This has been fun. And again, I was blocked by Culture Crave because of Jeremy. It's because it's not my response. Is I put a picture of Jeremy and he put a picture of Trump going, you know. So that's
Oh
why.
yeah.
It's all Jeremy's fault. It's all Jeremy's fault. J Mac has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. That's amazing. Thank you. We gotta I gotta finish up Clarkson's farm. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna be home this weekend.
Wait, I haven't finished it.
Well, I haven't finished for the watch party. So
Oh, okay.
I've watched Clarkson's farm all the way through. All 3 seasons. 6 times.
Ooh.
Easily. I don't even want to tell you how many times I've watched like Grand Tour episodes over and over again. I was just watching one yesterday, the one that were in Mongolia. God damn it, I want a name on the Streamlabs side for $20.93. Says, quick question. Have any of you watched the new Spider-Man cartoon? Yes. The one where
Yes.
Norman Osborn is something of a statistic himself. Was it good? Was it
I'm
liked?
something of a minority myself.
What are the ratings? Will there be a season 2? Yes, there's going to be a season 2 because it was already given a season 2
And 3, right? That's what I saw.
and 3. It's not good. And nobody's talking about it. Like absolutely nobody's talking about it. It fell off. It's an animated show. That's what's going to happen. But if they were hoping to get the same success as X-Men 97, no. Which actually won a Critics' Choice Award.
Ooh.
By the way. Well, X-Men 97 is good. You know, we were wondering a couple episodes ago, like, what's a good Marvel Disney Plus show? And that's the one. That's the one. The only one. Black Cloud Night for $19.99. Did any of you guys catch the Canada versus USA hockey match? I watched the fights and the final score. That's all I needed to know.
All I saw was the whistle blew to start, and the guy just went boom, and they just
Because
immediately started fighting.
Canada booed the national anthem and then got their ass beat, you know?
Sappho.
Yeah.
Lols.
I don't want you as a 51st state. I don't. Sorry. There's a lot of great Canadians out there. All the Canadian truckers can come live down here. That's fine. You're welcome. An X-ray girl, I guess. Not Perry Chan, though. Not yet. Not ready. The snowman. The Snow Mexicans booed the U.S. national anthem. 3 fights in the first 9 seconds, and the USA won. Oh, that's so terrible. I have to read the super chats. All right, that was please send all your hate mail to Thanks. Hunter Davrock for $19.99. I watched the 50th special, so you didn't have to. I watched it. The good parts only were Bill Murray. Adam Sandler's song was the best part, especially when he gets towards the end, and Chris Farley and Norm Macdonald, and he gets a little choked up. It's really good. Yeah. And the in memoriam of the classic canceled jokes proof that comedy was so much better. Yeah, so they did an in memoriam of like jokes they can't make anymore, and then they made all the jokes except they bleeped out the N word between Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor. Inakmamon on the Streamlabs side for 50. Hey, hi Gary, seeing that how you didn't like the temperature when it was in the 50s, or as us Wisconsins call it, pleasant, and you definitely didn't like it when it's in the 30s. Well, bro, aka a little chilly. You probably don't like it in the negatives. Okay, where are we right now? We are at 6 degrees, 7 degrees. It feels like -9. So
my God.
We're just above freezing. Last night it was -7 and it felt like -23 with the wind chill.
It is a balmy 70 here till it drops.
Quiet. The polar vortex, we're in a polar vortex. It's going to hit you, so you're going to get cold, and then it gets back. By the time I'm home, it's 75 degrees. Thank God. I'm glad I'm here supporting my wife and my family. It's fucking cold. I don't know how you people do this. The shit's for the birds. I would not live up here in winter ever. If you plan on going outside, here's some advice from a lifelong Wisconsin man. Buy an Afghani.
That's it.
Buy an Afghani.
That's right.
A shema. They keep you warm. What's a shema? They keep you warm as a scarf would, but you can breathe through them. Dirt cheap on Amazon. The reason they've been used for hundreds of years. Or just buy an Afghani. So I can get an Afghani for dirt cheap on Amazon. Cool.
Thanks, Amazon.
Thanks, Amazon. I wear one for my mile-long walk to work every day. You walk in this shit? Highly recommend it anyway. Be safe and try to enjoy the snow and not be too much of a California pussy while you're here. Dude, I'm a California, Texas pussy. The snow is it is so piled up. It's like shining in my face right now. And it's so fucking cold. God, screw this shit. Okay.
Screw your freedom.
How warm is it back home?
Right now it's in the 70s, so it's pretty warm. I'm excited. But then I think it's supposed to drop to almost at like 30 negatives. Maybe.
Well, I was looking at the temperature of like 1 degree. Well, I was looking actually at 1 degree, and I'm like, in a few months, I'm going to be in a place where it's 100 degrees hotter than this. Screw that. Give me the heat any day. Any day. Samuel Eriton for $99.99. One of the other things that activated my tism was the flew towards a missile, likely going Mach 2 or 3, and he was shown flying as fast. I know, yeah, I know. Dude, in you're talking about in Captain African American, how they just flew past the fucking hypersonic missiles. That was great. Dude, how about Red Wing? Like this is my complaint about anything Red Wing. Like little Red Wing drone can like pick up like fucking tanks. Shit, it's like what?
Just send them in. Also, when they were doing that scene, Anthony Mackie, who's just got his like little fucking helmet on, he's not a super soldier, and he's cutting up missiles right next to him that are exploding right next to him.
And he's fine.
Nah, it's fine. It's no problem.
How about at the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier with that armored car?
Yeah.
And like, his two drones and his jetpack could make him carry it. and he wouldn't get squished in between them at all. It's like, and he wasn't wearing vibranium at the time.
I am a real
vibranium. So the total combined speed of Mach 4 and 6 was able to perform a roll to cut in half. The little things matter more than these movies. Yes, and the thing is, your TISM will be activated when there isn't like a good story or characterization to make you like go, okay, that's a little, you know.
But that was pretty symptomatic of the fact that this was a Falcon film. You know, the Captain America element was non-existent for the most part. I mean, the only thing that you'd know that he was Captain America is the fact that once in a blue moon, he might get the shield out to deflect a couple of bullets or something. But otherwise, it was just him doing Falcon shit with his Falcon shit.
Yep.
Because you're Falcon.
But he's not. He's Captain America now. And if you don't say so, you're racist.
I'm a racist.
And you don't like black people and things.
Two things can be right at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Have fun on your screen with Eric July tomorrow.
Yeah. Eric would have pissed himself.
Lady Gravemaster for $20. Listen, Gary, it's going to be fun. Lady Gravemaster, you're not supposed to be super chatting. Marvel built the city on a rock and roll, and you won't need to be living on a prayer or pathetic jokes for much longer because Iger is going to take the money and run, leaving billion-dollar film abortions. Bon Jovi jokes are so funny. And I never get tired of them at all. The Lone Canuck for 20 Canadian pesos. If Norm was still alive, SNL wouldn't have invited him. Nope. That sounds like some commie gobbledygook.
It's just the face of Sarah Silverman when he said that.
Who was in the crowd? Yeah. Who was in the crowd with Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman were in the crowd. Are you? Kevin Costner was there. That was weird.
Okay.
J-Mac for $20 on my tiny screen. I thought that was Dark Helmet at first, surrounded by assholes. No, it's just MauLer surrounded by assholes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just MauLer surrounded by a bunch of a-holes. Eddie Brock 9043 for $5.99. Hey Gary / MauLer, I turned 30 tomorrow. Well, congratulations. Get a little applause for that. Any advice for someone heading into their 30s? Well, MauLer wouldn't fucking know.
I am 31.
You have been, you're 3,000,001.
Oh,
you've totally
that means I'm really ready to talk about it. I know all about it.
Yeah, you probably want to ask him. Heading into their 30s. So, any advice, MauLer, on somebody heading into their 30s?
I mean, probably going to be similar to yours, right? Stay fit. You're going to be losing a lot of the benefits of the 20s. You still got plenty left, but take care of yourself. Broadly.
There you go. As somebody in the 50s, I'll say enjoy it. Enjoy it. Will you be reading Batman Hush 2 by Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee? Looks good. I'm sure it's good. I have no desire to go back to DC Comics and give them money.
Tempted.
Dude, it is so creatively bankrupt.
I know.
Them fucking back now. When Jim Lee could have done something during COVID when there were still distributors and a comic industry, and he decided to do a fucking sketchbook instead of maybe, I don't know, like of all people, Gail fucking Simone had a good idea. She's we should do a Marvel DC crossover, and they couldn't get their shit together to do it. Something to get people fired up to go into comic stores that were kind of closed, kind of open. We didn't know.
But that's when I have, we know the story, but it's when I had my interaction with Jim Lee. I said, Jim, don't you think it would have been better to create a story that the shop owners could actually sell to drum up some business? And he was like, don't you think an art book of mine will sell? That's kind of like,
no, and you make it like,
no,
you make it an exclusive to comic stores, not even to bookstores, comic stores. You show them some love. And DC's done that in the past. They've shown them love, not done exclusive, but they've shown them love, and they didn't. They had an opportunity, and they didn't. No, I'm not excited about a sequel to something that's over 20 years old. That neither of those two are in the peak of their talent. Jim Lee doesn't draw very much, and it will be a 6-issue limited series that takes 2 years to come out.
Well, I mean, I love Jeff Loeb's work. So
Jeff Loeb's work is really good in comic books. It's really fucking great.
Yeah.
And Jim Lee's not a hack. Okay. But, no, I'm more excited for Mark Millar stuff. It comes out pretty consistently. It's pretty fucking good. Chris B for $10. How about that Cobra Kai for that? Oh my God. So good. Who'd have thought that they would manage to perfectly revisit nostalgia? Hang on, build new stories that fit in well, and I won't spoil anything, and stick the landing like they did. Cobra Kai never dies, so I will not spoil it for you. How far are you on Cobra Kai?
I need to watch the whole last season. Now it's all finished. I can watch the whole.
Now it's all finished. You can. So now the once you see the whole season in perspective, it's a fucking banger. Absolutely. Realistically, one of the best series of the last 10 years. Once you put past the fact that you're watching a fantasy series where karate happens all the time, karate fights in high schools and houses and hospitals and everywhere. And it gets a bit ridiculous, but it's got so much heart and it's so fun. And it really had a fucking perfect ending. It did. Now you can go back and watch the whole, which I'm going to do. I'm going to binge the whole fucking series now. And I can't wait. The best series is still the first series, but the last few episodes of season 6 are on par with that as far as just, and like, I don't want to give you any spoilers. We'll just say it's a very satisfying ending.
Jeremy's in chat. It ended perfectly according to him.
Yeah, it did. It did. I was trying not to give away like the tone of the ending because it would kind of give away everything. But it's a very satisfying ending and easily one of the best series in the last 10 years. For sure. Johnny Lawrence, William Zabka's Johnny Lawrence should have been on that list. What a great story that is. You know, he's always worked in Hollywood. I think he got nominated for an Academy Award for a short film, but like the story behind it is, you know, he kind of had a comeback. Well, he did have a comeback from them back to, you know, I think say he's more prominent than he's ever been. And it echoes his real life stuff. So that I think that really helps too. But what a fucking masterpiece of a series. I fucking loved it. I was so happy watching it with I don't you know, you see random things in chat. You're like, no, I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I was so happy, especially after watching Captain African American. And I got to follow it up with that. And it was just fucking bigger. And we've got some good TV coming, guys. Hopefully Reacher turns things around. We have 2 days till Reacher. We have 1923, which is in 4 days. And then we have Daredevil.
Hoping.
I am praying that is good. So
don't get too excited for the earlier episodes, but the second
I already know. I already know. I know the spoiler and I know like it's a slow burn, but it supposedly like really sticks the fucking landing as well. So we'll see. Programming note, I'll be doing live reviews of Reacher with Ryan on Nerdrotic Live starting this Thursday. And I will probably be doing a lot of stuff on Daredevil, like a lot. Ace Degenerate for 50 Czechoslovakian peso. What's up, Jeremy? By the way, Hollywood Bowl is a really big venue where well, I'll say the Beatles play, but he hates the Beatles. So Monty Python's played there, the Who's played there, Led Zeppelin's played there, like everybody's fucking played there. Like it's a big deal. I've been there quite a bit. Saw Oingo Boingo there. It's a good venue. Nightmare to get out of, though. Nightmare to get out of. Ace Degenerate says, hey guys, MauLer, I recently rewatched Jurassic Park 2. Would you say, what were you say are the biggest issues?
I have to watch it again to be more specific. Every time I go back to it, because I always rewatch it whenever a new one comes out, just the whole set. And every time The Lost World, I'm like, all right, maybe it's better than I remember. And then I go through it and I'm like, ugh, there's so much wrong with it, certainly as a sequel. But like, there are things I like about it. There are things I like about Jurassic Park 3, here and there, like Nightmare Velociraptor.
I think they all suck after the first one. My biggest issue with number 2 is I'm from San Diego. I grew up there, and they so obviously didn't film it in San Diego. So I was like, there's nothing San Diego in this. My biggest issue.
But yeah, like I actively hate Jurassic World and then Fallen Kingdom even more. I haven't seen Dominion, and I imagine Rebirth is going to be more of the same. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it to give you more specifics, I'm afraid. Though I'm due for a rewatch. Jurassic World Rebirth's coming up.
I'm a bit of I'm a location Nazi when it comes to films. Okay, I'm just going to be real about that. One of my biggest complaints about the Planet of the Apes remake is they had the apes go from the Golden Gate Bridge to through Muir Woods through the in Marin, and then they get right to this Chevron gas station that I worked across the street from for a long time. I'm like, that's a long drive. And they just got there in a little run. I was like, no, it doesn't work like that. All right, that might be a nitpicky, but I don't care. I can't pronounce this last name. So Selah for $2 says, did you see the video Asmongold made for you? I'm pretty sure you made a video on the video that Asmongold made for you.
Is that are you talking about the stream that I think it was a stream that he did where he said, everyone hated Az, everyone piled on Az, but he was right. I hope so. Nobody wants to be like, dude.
I never got the sense that everybody piled on you, though. Dude.
No, but I mean, there were certain things that I didn't say in the video that I did. I did do a video and I referenced it at the beginning. But when you find yourself drifting towards a certain sphere and a certain bubble, then that's all you'll see. That's all you'll see. But when I was going through it, I saw tremendous amount of support. Yeah, I had a load of dogpiling going on, whatever.
From
Pac-Man, thank you.
Sorry,
So I was seeing, there was a huge wave of support and there was a huge wave of derision. So it was a very polarizing thing. Surprise, surprise. I mean, it's funny. Here we are, a year and a half later. We're not even 2 years later. Nearly a year and a half later, and look how things are changing dramatically as regards to people's perception of all of that. And oh well, I told you it'd age like fine wine. I knew it'd age like fine wine.
Oh, I thought it was great at the time.
Yeah,
that was absolutely great at the time. Yeah, you did nothing wrong and never have. Az was right. I'm with you, Gary. SF geography has always been bad in flicks. Yeah, watch Bullet. There's a race all through San Francisco, and how they get to certain places. Like, how'd that happen? Josh Kelsey for $19.99 drops $19.99 and just walks away because that's what Josh does. Eddie Brock 9043 for $5.99. These are euros. Where would you recommend for going away on holidays? Hawaii, New York, or Texas? Never been to America before. Have been to Italy and France. Italy and France, I would recommend going there first to visit. But you want to come to America, do not go to New York City.
No.
Skip it completely.
Depends on the type of holiday you want too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Hawaii is
food.
fucking awesome. But that's like not, it's an American state. But it is, Hawaii is awesome. Texas is fun. I don't know how fun it is to visit yet, but not to get my fellow Texans mad. You got to drive everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to come to America, you go see the natural splendor. You go to the Southwest, you go to the Grand Canyon, you go to even California for Yosemite, you go to Yellowstone. Those are beautiful places. You go to Monument National Valley in Utah. That's where I like to go. If you want to see, because if you're from Europe and you've never been to America, it'll blow your mind. Like you've seen a big city before, but there's terrain here that some Europeans have never seen. Especially the desert. Arizona. Go to that Grand Canyon. That's where I'd go. Go to Meteor Crater. Go see a big old meteor in the ground. But Yellowstone's beautiful. Yosemite is amazing. Absolutely, you'd be gobsmacked when you see it. Bobby Hamner for $4.99. Hail to the real BBC. Question all three of you. It says all the of you, but all three of you. What live action Spider-Man suit is your favorite?
Ooh.
I don't know. That might be easy. I think it's Raimi's. I guess to be specific, out of the 3 movies, I don't know. I just remember when he first gets his like main one in the first film. It's pretty top tier. To be fair, I like most of them. I don't feel the same way about Spider-Man suits as I do about
Batman suits.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I do. Yeah, the tricky ones. I do. I mean, you kind of go with your gut, the one that you picks for it. And I really like the Spidey suit from Homecoming.
Yeah, I was going to say, aside from the one at the very end of No Way Home, which is the proper one.
Yeah.
The John Romita style from Homecoming is my favorite. It is because it's got the eyes are right. And I like that they move the eyes to show emotion. So not my favorite movie, but that's my favorite suit.
Well, there you go.
There you go. The Raimi movies, Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. It's one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Yeah.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for $9.99. I remember after the attack on Israel, VR had a very short-lived video about the inevitable Sabra controversy, but he titled it, "Does the MCU have a Jewish problem? Bro flew too close to the sun."
Oh, jeez. Holy shit.
We were reading that article on FNT and it said like the new world order means Jews run the world. And we're like, that should have been the title of the movie.
Yeah, Jews run the world. Captain America, Jews run the world. I would go back to watch that again.
Yeah. Does the MCU, I mean, like, okay. They're not wrong with that title. The person was not like, that's not clickbait. I mean, the reason they changed it was because of the backlash. And that's a major problem in Hollywood right now that I'm not going to get into. But the conflict between Israel and Palestine has put a schism through Hollywood, shall we say. I don't think that's breaking news to anybody. Piston for €2. Little Platoon joins EFAP. Yes, by the way, Metal. Am I a joke to you?
Oh,
Metal will be on plenty of episodes, as will many of everyone's favorite guests. It's okay.
Yeah, Metal's. That's a perfect fit. Perfect fit for EFAP, MauLer.
I think so too.
Oh, Little Platoon's a great channel. Go sub the Little Platoon. Juke84 for 5 Canadian pesos. Hey, boyos. MauLer, great to see Little Platoon will be fabbing with you regularly. I think he'll be great at fabbing and be fabbing a long time.
Okay.
I
agree.
I sense a thing there.
I do too.
That's what she said.
Hey,
I can't wait to never watch Captain Blackton American Falcon Man gamer word.
Wow.
Jesus.
It actually says gamer word.
It says gamer word.
That escalated quickly.
That did. Aaron Pipes for $10. Oh, sweet summer child. Disney movie math is too complicated for American math to understand. Only British math and UK tax collectors can figure it out. And Bistro Mathematics. All right. Just a little deep cut for Douglas Adams there. Because the one ship that travels faster than the Heart of Gold, which has the infinite improbability drive, is the Italian bistro that runs on Bistro Mathematics Drive, which is it's British humor. All right. You think about
You know what bistro is?
An Italian bistro. It's like a little cafe.
No,
right?
no, but it's also okay. It's okay, fine.
I've been there. I've been to an Italian bistro in the UK. I've been to one in Italy. Well, Sicily, but that's
Gary. Gary's no need to get defensive.
I'm getting defensive, okay? No, you got to be in it's because their math is a bit dodgy, but if you actually run a spaceship on it, it's quantum mathematics. So, Chuck Berry for $5. COPEtain Choo Choo. I saw projection to a profit of over 100 million on Captain America: Brave New World. What the fuck? Love you, long man, but love X-Ray Girl more. Oh, hi, G man in Arizona. Wow.
Hi, Chuck Berry.
Wow. Az is obviously the hottest one here, so
That's not even fair. Like, how are we supposed to?
Guaranteed.
Az has legit more female simps than any of us.
Facts.
What? That's
And
not.
probably male simps too.
Oh, he's got some male simps too, for sure.
You.
They call those
Don't
mimps.
deny it, Az.
Snacks for $10. I didn't see Captain Black Falcon. I didn't see Captain Black Ant Falcon Man. Instead, I watched Daredevil season 1 for the first time. Oh, you did. Oh, started showing episodes to my dad, and he's hooked. I miss good Marvel. Daredevil is not just
So good.
the best live action thing Marvel has done. Daredevil it is top tier television. Forget the superhero aspect. It's top tier television. The acting, the writing, those quiet little boring scenes, MauLer, between two characters at a table.
Don't you mean those? What do they call it?
Navel
again?
gazing.
Navel gazing. Yeah, that navel gazing stuff. You know. Okay,
Dude, the best example of why, everybody wants to go to a battle scene. Battle scenes, I'm sorry to state the obvious, they have to mean something. They have to have stakes. You have to be emotionally invested. And that Daredevil hallway scene, while it's badass to look at, what's behind it? He's saving a kid. He's saving a kid from being trafficked. And he's like willing to, and just will not stop. And it's such fucking badass scene. It's my favorite superhero scene, period.
Remember how sparingly they use battleship battle scenes in Star Trek once upon a time?
Oh, yeah.
So the whole point was you don't want to escalate to that point.
You don't go for the dessert first. That's what Jar Jar Abrams does. You blew up one planet with a Death Star. We'll do 6 with the whole planet that opens up.
Death Star Destroyer Army. Like, what the fuck?
That don't know which way up is.
So you don't have to up scales if your story is good. Ian Careless for $4.99. Is it bad that I like to have multiple baby mamas like Elon? I'm not judging. If you take care of them and you interact with in your kid's life, you know, life doesn't present us with perfect marriages and relationships all the time. It doesn't. There are single moms who do the best they can. You know, they're single dads who do the best they can. You know, lots of that stuff going out. Yeah, you better hate every rock star you've ever listened to. But yeah, the Ashley St. Clair, she's a phony. Jeremy's been covering. Go watch D-Day Cobra on that stuff. Listen, the difference between Con Inc. and Hollywood is there is no difference at all. It's very Hollywood behind the scenes. Sorry to say. Do you want to
have you heard that? Sorry, dude. Molly, they've laid off the Marvel Rivals team.
What?
Including the game director.
Why?
Do we have any reason?
No. I mean, no, they just said we delivered an incredibly successful new franchise in Marvel's Rivals for NetEase. and we were just laid off.
Okay.
So they're going to
Too
get
much
other.
success.
So there'll be other people to look after the game, and
Oh my god.
I expect that one to just go to shit pretty quick.
Why? Like everybody likes that game. I haven't played it, obviously. I will. And
I
I'll beat
have.
it in minutes.
I had a lot of
Tara
fun.
loves it.
Yeah, my kids love it.
Maybe they think the people that made it have done their job, so now we'll just get fucking monkeys to just keep the cogs turning on it.
Whatever. T1S or TIP, $10. Gary, what was the clip you showed on FNT where the politician on a live stream was getting pissed that people kept putting filters over him? It was driving me crazy trying to remember. Oh, that was like months ago. And it wasn't a politician. It wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong. It was the prosecutor, one of the Trump prosecutors. Maybe he's the politician, but a Trump prosecutor, a guy who was doing a live stream. I can't remember his name though, but it was a Trump prosecutor. Just Google Trump prosecutor face filter and you'll see it. It's fucking hilarious, dude. And I guess it's on TikTok where other people can put the face filters on. Like whoever, that is so great.
They'll be arrested in Germany for that, wouldn't they?
God, holy shit! What is going
Possibly
on over there, dude?
You see, Jimmy Palmiotti said, "Oh, they're doing this in Germany. Should we introduce this?"
Jimmy Palmiotti?
Yeah, Palmiotti. Yeah.
Why would he fucking say that? He's an artist.
I know.
You're a fucking artist, dude.
Posting or reposting false information in Germany can be a crime, and
know how much
punishment for repeat offenders
information
can include jail. Jimmy, I think it's time to bring it here. Opinions.
Dude, I've met him and he's nice. But like, dude,
talk about fucking retarded.
Put away your fucking like the party bullshit and maybe just objectively look at like, for one, how much false information have you retweet Jimmy Palmiotti from the fucking mainstream media? Shut the fuck.
Well, that's. I mean, that's
stick to fucking stick to your doodling comic books, dude. Okay, nobody wants to hear what you think about international politics. Maybe you would have something to say about free speech and free expression, but apparently you're pro-authoritarian. So fuck off. Kind of strange coming from an artist.
Fascist myself, you know.
Yeah. Mikey Gussler for $5. Did you see that Greg Miller video? Yes, I did. At the Game Awards. I had no idea about the whole Colin Moriarty story. Colin. Why did I say Colin?
Colin. Yeah, you got it right.
Colin Moriarty story after this. That was he's a disgusting person. Yeah. So his buddy who backed him, Colin, who backed him up when he had cancer, he dropped like a bad habit. And they went full TDS on the Game Awards, and like this shouldn't surprise anyone. Does anybody give a fuck what Greg Miller thinks anymore?
No.
How's this channel doing? To do okay? I mean, it could be. I don't know. It's a former IGN dude, right?
Yes.
Okay. So people from IGN used to shop at my store back in the day. Hunter Davrock for $9.99. The SNL 50th special was a big letdown. The only good parts was Bill Murray, Adam Sandler's tribute, and saying the memoriam of canceled jokes. Glad they had shown that we could still laugh. Well, back then. But the thing is, those canceled jokes, they need to be brought back. And once they're brought back and everybody can laugh at them, we're getting better as a society because we need to be able to laugh at ourselves. A lot of those jokes and political correctness is from people with like, wow, that's a change of angle. With personal issues. It's got nothing to do with sensitivity. Like that's why comedy is dead. You know, stand-up comedy is still alive and will probably thrive. But I was just asking Melissa, I was like, we're trying to find something to watch. I'm like, God, man, I wish we could watch a dumb comedy, but they haven't made a good dumb comedy in a long fucking time.
Oh, we're talking decades.
We're over a decade now.
Yeah.
When was the last great comedy? Tropic Thunder, I think, was the one that we kind of.
I mean, like, I'm not going to call it great, but like Hangover 3.
I'm also not going to call it great, but The Other Guys, I quite enjoyed that film.
The Other Guys, but that was like it's 8 years ago, right?
That was 2010, I want to say.
Ooh,
It was
longer. So
yeah.
we're going to say like 2010, 2013. You could go Bridesmaids. Everybody liked that. I didn't. But
I thought Bridesmaids was good, but
it's
are we
still a
calling
dumb
it
comedy. You could still like
Yeah.
call that a dumb comedy. That might
Oh,
have been
yeah,
one of the last ones. You
Either
know?
of you seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Yes, that's fucking great.
I
Oh,
fucking
it's
love
fucking
that
great.
movie.
It's fucking great. If you love that movie, then you should watch Ash versus Evil Dead, the TV show, MauLer,
I should. That's true.
because it's fucking funny. He gets
the Jesus. By the way, the Jesus Christ Superstar. Apparently, it's meant to be an all-female production as well.
okay. Well, I
It's
mean,
an all
that
female.
honestly makes it make more sense
Finally.
in a strange way.
Finally, Joseph reimagined as a woman, like Jesus.
Whatever. And it, fucking a bunch of bints who formerly lived in Palisades will fucking go and watch it. But yeah, there's a part Ash. Ash, is fighting a deadite that can just reanimate. He gets attacked by a butthole, which is so fucking funny, dude. It's hard to explain. You just gotta watch it. Shindu versus for $2, 5 minutes in, and Az already made the show gay. He's slacking a little bit.
I know.
Arg,
I
another
gotta
name
up my game. A
for
gay.
$10.
I thought it came pre-gay. No?
Yeah, I thought that was prepackaged.
Yeah.
Packaged.
Fudge packed.
Fudge packed. Arg, another name for $10 on the Streamlabs side. Churchill had a great quote that sums up where we are in the fight to get our culture back. This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. I agree with that quote. I thought you were going to set up a joke there, but
I know. I was waiting for
often
something
it's like
horrendously
Churchill
racist.
said this one thing. Y'all fucked. No,
Y'all fucked. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here,
You,
bitches.
you got to do better, Senator.
You got to do better, Senator. No, that's perfect quote. Thank you, Arg, another name. Hi King fan or Alpha Chad of Middle Earth for $2. Getting all that Tolkien ink that looks spectacular, by the way. Morning, guys. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you, my sober brother. I don't have any Lord of the Rings tattoos.
I would have thought you would.
Yeah. Okay. The reasoning is stupid, but my reasoning before is like he'd have hated it.
I guess. Does that stop you though?
You know what? I've got room for one more right here. So,
But you'd rather have a fucking Lord of the
Like,
Rings tattoo than the Gallifreyan right now.
Would Tolkien love all the figurines of all of the characters of Lord of the Rings? I don't know.
no,
Probably
you wouldn't
not,
like the
though.
movies.
He wouldn't like the movies.
No, I'll do one more. I was going to do the Guild of Calamitous Intent, but it's too detailed to put on my hand. So I can probably put something. I could probably just put his signature, put this on my hand instead. That'll be next. That'll be the last one. Last one. First one was when I was 18. So, well, shit. Now you could chop off your dick and get tits when you're 18. Or when you're 14. Fuck. I felt so rebellious when I got my first tattoo. Chuck Berry for $5. California. Why did I say California? Because it says CA. Captain America: Brave New World is going to fall so hard. The new Daisy Ridley flick is dropping this weekend. Get your tickets now. Love you, X-Ray Girl. Which one is that? Is that the Die Hard one, or did that one come out already?
Oh, well,
Searching.
it's hard to track which one.
Are you sure that's not her OnlyFans? What's the name of it? Sorry, MauLer.
25?
Which one are we talking about? Sorry.
I don't
Some
know.
new film.
Googled new Daisy Ridley film.
Cleaner?
The Cleaner. So the Die Hard one. The
Yeah.
Cleaner. So that's
Oh.
coming out. Oh, we got to watch that, MauLer.
Oh,
There's
we
there's
gotta watch that.
Do you remember? I can't remember what it was called, but there was a Ruby Rose Die Hard knockoff that came out soon after she finished with Batwoman.
There was.
I
I
never
forgot
saw
what it was
that,
called
so
too.
maybe we got a double bill right there.
Maybe we do double bill that one. By the way, you're all required. It's DEI hard. Well, speaking of DEI hard, you're all required to watch G20. We are going to watch G20.
Oh my God. It's going to be the best comedy ever.
No.
You have no power to demand that unless you invite me to the FNT episode.
Which I will. You're
April
invited
10th
now.
release. No.
Now you're invited.
When is that out?
What if I did it for real BBC? What do you mean
We
no
don't do-
power?
We don't
What?
do this for real BBC, okay? We've never.
Oh, we don't do really?
Except all the times that we have.
April 10th. That's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday. Let's go. Well, is it Thursday? So it's midnight Wednesday Pacific. God, that's the one thing I miss about being on the Pacific time zone. I used to get shit in the middle of the night at a decent hour. Big Ounce for $10 weekly Marvel versus DC Black History Month matchup. Here we go. Luke Cage versus Black Lightning. Ooh. I say I go for Lightning because he is more of a match for Superman villains than Cage is for Thor villains. Okay, I understand your reasoning there, but Luke Cage, he's pretty tough. He's stronger. I'll still go with Black Lightning because he can probably electrocute him. I mean, he could he could still electrocute him. So,
How much of a taser can he take?
yeah, probably a lot.
Mm.
Probably a
So
lot.
if he can take enough before he gets to Black Lightning, if he gets to Black Lightning, it's over. I'd go Luke Cage.
There you go. I was going to make a joke. I'm not. Mikey Gussler for $5, 50 hours.
Black on black violence.
Yes. Statistically speaking.
Oh, no.
Mikey Gussler for $5.
Stop Asian.
That's not as bad. Okay, so there's a town in Massachusetts that's a trans sanctuary city. Like they're gonna get deported. I didn't know we were deporting trans people, but my joke about that was you don't need to do that because 41% of them deport themselves anyway. I should not laugh. That is terrible. Mikey Gussler for $5, 50 hours into KCD2, one of the best games I've ever played. Don't listen to this right-wing grifters and hypocrites. I don't use the term loosely. I know you don't. What's KCD2? Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I got it right. I don't know. Like, has anybody played it? Have you played it?
Yeah, I've played some of it. It's
Is it good?
It's very pretty. I'm just kind of a little bored.
Okay.
I'm not advancing the main storyline. I'm trying to find my own little fun. Struggling a little bit with the combat. Apparently, when you get this certain move, you just dominate combat. Off there was, I don't know, but yeah, it's not set my world on fire.
Okay.
But I need to do more of the main story.
Is it? Well,
I haven't come across anything that is woke.
okay. There you go. See, that's why it helps in our sphere. This is a great gig that we have. I'm really grateful, and thanks to you guys. Seriously, thanks to you guys for this. Has been kind of a little gift later in life for me after having multiple careers and multiple jobs that I get to do this thanks to you guys. So I feel like I have to have a certain sort of commitment towards it, especially if we're in the entertainment sphere, MauLer. And I think it's best to play things and read things and listen to things and watch things.
I do too.
Properly comment on them. That's just me. Doesn't mean anybody else has to do that. That's just me.
I do share this.
Oh, That's cool.
What could have been.
That's fucking cool as fuck.
Imagine that. Oh, imagine that if we had that timeline.
Miss Christopher Reeve. He's the GOAT. Best Superman ever, Mikey. Love you, Mikey. Shindu versus for $2 says, also, Samuel Stearns predicted MauLer would be here. He did.
What?
And he was right. Deleted.
That's the kind of level of fucking prediction the league was doing. I predict that between now and Friday, you'll go to the toilet.
Well, but then he was wrong about like everything.
Everything.
Whole plaid fucking.
And he had access to Sam Wilson, who was in the raft for how long? 2 years?
A couple of years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When they were in there for a couple of years.
So I'm thinking everybody who's in the raft, and I didn't even bring it up in my video. How in the fuck is the raft going to hold a Hulk?
Hey, they said the strong walls. So there you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Well,
Remember, he can break through vibranium, but he can't really do steel.
I thought they were just letting him talk to his daughter so he didn't get mad.
They just have her chained there as well.
Well, that's always been the question about. I mean, there's different variations of the Hulk in the comics too, but the Hulk in the early, well, not post early days, but there was a time where the angrier he got mad, or the angrier he got, the stronger he got.
Ang Lee's Hulk does that.
Ang Lee's Hulk does that. My son asked me, he's like, what do you think of the Ang Lee movie? And I'm like, you know what? First 2/3 of it are fine, like are really good. I think it's really stylistic, artistic. The effects are pretty fucking good. Those are Lucasfilm effects back in the day. Weird third act though. It turns into like a 2-man play. So
Yeah, Nick Nolte turns into an elements god.
yeah.
Mm. I liked Ang Lee's kind of attempt to comic the film with the panels, the way that was doing the panels.
That is a point of criticism for a lot of people.
A lot of people did criticize that, but I kind of appreciated it
What, the
myself.
panels?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool as fuck.
I remember thinking it was fun.
Yeah. He tried to be very comic book at the time. It didn't go over well. Didn't go over well. And that third act is wacky. It is wacky. But I have it on 4K. I own it. I'll watch it again. Randy Noms for $10 says, it seems like there was a plan put into motion 5 or 10 years ago where movies, comics, and games would invest in pushing queer trans messaging on to kids. Now they all are paying it for it and making excuses. There's no seams. You can remove the seams. There was a plan through all entertainment, not just comic books, but comic books were definitely a canary in the coal mine. But they were doing this early on in gaming. They were doing this in television. They were doing it everywhere. And it was definitely a plan that was pushed by, is it shadowy government organizations, or is it just a bunch of people who agree with these politics? Your guess is as good as mine. But it was definitely a plan, because when you see competing companies doing all the same thing, that should bother you. Because like you would think one company would just jump away and go, well, we're just going to continue making stories, and they would have been doing much better.
Streets ahead.
Yeah. So and now with the curtain being peeled back on things like US AIDS, and this is stuff we've known for a long time. There's also been directives. We saw the Academy Award change rules. We saw all the DEI pages on every corporation's website, some which are still up. Go look at Amazon's, go look at the BBC's. That started with their inclusion initiative back in 2012. It was a plan. It was definitely a plan. And then, Disney coming out saying they have a not so secret gay agenda. I'm not really sure like what else you can say when executives are saying that. But it's not just gay agenda, it's agenda. It is the message. Disney The Grinch on the Streamlabs side for $5. Disney did shenanigans over the weekend. Their stream terms changed to reflect the binding arbitration stuff again. Plus, they are trying to. Oh wow! So when you die, like Disney gets everything because you signed up for Disney Plus. You just handed over all of your possessions. The binding arbitration stuff again. Plus, they are trying to make it apply to all past and present future issues with any Disney property, even unsubbed. Lawyers, start your engines. Is that true? I mean, not that I doubt the chat, because the chat's always right. Tony Errant for $4.99. Just want to recommend to Gary, Az, and MauLer a show that flew under the radar. Monsieur Spade. Monsieur Spade. Monsieur Spade. It's a hard-boiled detective story set in France. I would have never guessed it was in France. There you go. I was worried I just made a racial slur. Okay.
Monsieur.
I think it's Monsieur.
Monsieur. Listen, I've been kicked out of 3 high schools. Okay.
I love the way when you say that, there's always pride in your voice. Yeah.
It takes a lot to do that.
I have to work for a
have to try. Should do verses for $10 after watching the Anthony Mackie.
Don't look back.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie led vehicle. That is Cap 4. I went back and watched Captain America 1. The difference in character writing, plot and surprisingly style was night and day. Like, wow. Yeah. Well, Joe Johnston, for one, who's a very stylistic director, and he's an artist first, who did the amazing Rocketeer, and is a Spielberg protege from back in the good old days of Spielberg. First Avengers is an amazing film.
It is.
MauLer, you watched them all, right?
Structurally, like, I was about to say normal, because just like I like watching normal films as well, where they do. The first scene is like, we've got some big things coming in terms of bad guys. Oh, look at this, the Tesseract. What's that? Oh, Red Skull. A little bit of foreshadowing with his, like, he's a bit strange. Nazis, World War. And then it's just like half an hour, if not even more, of just Steve Rogers' character. That's the film. And then it's like, okay. And then there's the war. And then we gradually bring, Red Skull back in while we're dropping some scenes every once in a while, just to make sure the villain is still doing things. And our hero, here he comes. He's building up. And man, it's interesting just how much First Avenger and Iron Man share in terms of structure too, because, Jensen and Erskine, both of them dying and their final words being like the most important to Tony and Steve about who they are, who they need to be, what they need to do. It's just, like I said, structurally speaking, it's just like, I remember stories.
Dude, them dumping the Red Skull. That's Cap's arch villain.
Yeah, well, Hugo Weaving didn't want to do it again, did he?
No, you recast him. You just recast him.
Yeah.
That's an easy recast, too. Not to say he's not a great actor, it's just that it's Red Skull. It's not going to be as noticeable as, like...
Yeah, when you're under heavy makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had no problem recasting
German accents anyway. Like, it's like, whatever.
And Hugo was great, even though he was miserable. He was still great as the Red Skull. And you just get rid of like one of the top 5 Marvel villains. You just nope.
Well, he did come back.
He did come back in Endgame, and they did recast it, and it was fine. But it was just like, no, you put him in movies.
Well, yeah, Red Skull. Come on.
Rick Walwork for $9.99 British pounds, proper money. Regarding what was it? Warwick. It says Walwork.
Okay, the way that you said it sounded like you're doing American trying to say Warwick.
It's
Warwick,
and then he got counter.
It's not Warwick. It's Walwork.
He got Walwork too.
I'm so bad at pronouncing that when I do it right, that's the question. I'm not gonna get mad about that.
Oh no! Now he's self-immolated.
Yes.
counter spells, self-immolate.
Dude, I'm not gonna get like. Listen, I'm trying to be fair here, okay? You know, like I'm gonna beat you. I want to do it fair. You know, it's like, no.
Although you're wrong, I fully understand where you're coming from.
Regarding a $180 million budget, I heard that they reset the budget number to 0 when they renamed the film. That
Makes
could be
sense.
it. For the last time,
Semantics.
technically resetting the numbers. Every time you make a film, every time these studios make a film, they form a corporation, and it's to save as much tax money as they can. Plus, you know, Disney will license third-party companies to come in. So there's a lot. So all these have like little corporations. Each film is a corporation. And maybe they made a new one for Brave New World. Maybe they made a new one for the reshoots. We'll never know. But it's a lie. And they know it's a lie, but they don't have to tell the truth. And they could just go out there and say whatever they want to help try to save face instead of, I don't know, making a better movie. But if you want to spend a lot of time trying to muddy the waters of truth, which is what you are good at as a corporation that provides information in this world today, rather than, I don't know, just make a fucking better movie, well, then ultimately you lose in the end. They were trying to fight this with Captain Marvel and everything afterwards until they eventually had to say uncle and bring back Robert Downey Jr. and the Russo brothers and lead to a great reset, which is what's going to happen. Arg, another name for $9.99. Did you see the video of Mark Hamill's pants falling off at the BAFTAs? He really is a clown and not the cool Joker type. I did not. What was Mark Hamill doing at the BAFTAs?
I did not see his pants
Open
pulled
bar?
down, but I didn't watch BAFTAs anyway, so.
I got a little bit more clarification on the Marvel Rival stuff. So it looks like the team that was laid off was the Seattle-based R&D team.
Oh,
The development team, which was in China, haven't been laid off. They're still doing that side.
no,
So it
they're
looks
still
like
enslaved, chained to their
Yes.
tables, working on the game. You can't lay them off.
with nets everywhere.
You can't fire me. I'm a slave.
Quite cool. Yeah, you can't find me. I'm already in chains.
Oh,
So that at least makes it a little bit more understandable.
Al Malone for $10. Rest in peace, the first black female doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. May Z twerk in a dress in heaven like the true Scotsman Z is. Or XHE. I'm sorry, XHE. I put Z, but it's XHE. My bad. Shaggy Rogers for $9.99. Marvel can't write for black men. Look at Secret Invasion. Look at Girl Rhodes, Black Panther 2. Blade can't get off the ground now. This Marvel blocks them out of China posters. Marvel Disney hates them. By the way, the Blade movie's dead with Marshall Ali. Hasn't been announced yet, but it's dead. It is dead.
That's so surprising.
Oh, I've got the. I think I got the clip of Hamill's pants.
Oh,
apparently
good.
Coming down.
Let's see it. We could end it there.
Okay, hold on. I think I've muted the sound for the audience, so I'll share this and I'll bring it back. Doosh. So here, this hell yeah, this came from Yellow Flash, by the way. So hell Yellow Flash, dude.
Yellow Flash.
Let me just go to this so I can have this sound back. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
It's them so much that we're all gathered here to celebrate tonight. For me, it's that films create worlds so vivid and stories so powerful that we lose ourselves in them completely.
Whoa!
What the hell?
Oh my god!
What?
Oh my god!
Wardrobe malfunction? What? Why did that happen?
Link in the private chat.
What the fuck? How does that even happen? It's not like he's skinny.
Where's it's
You
how
want to bet he got so fucking drunk.
drunk?
Then he went to go take a piss and he forgot to button his fucking pants or tie his belt.
Oh my god!
Whoops.
Well, word on the street is big time alcoholic, like always fuming, a lot of alcohol fumes around him. So, I mean, is that really hard to guess? Have you heard him talk lately? Hey, just go look at well, him and Carrie Fisher, which is very sad. May she rest in peace. If you go 15 years back, they sound very normal. Very normal. And then like Carrie Fisher towards the end, there was a lot of pills there because she had pill talk. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, it's Trump's fault, obviously. Holy shit.
Trump stole his trousers.
I guess Az lost his pants too.
Oh no.
He wasn't wearing them to begin with.
Oh, you're getting better at this, X-Ray Girl. We're a bad influence on you.
Thank you.
Can't believe you cooked my dog. I mean, there's one less mouth to feed, but Gomez, he is so fucking old. He is so old. In Aquaman reviews and rants for $5. I don't know why, but I feel like MauLer should would sound like Roger Waters if he's sang. Could you please sing hello? Is there anybody in there?
I don't know that person's voice very well.
Roger Waters, main songwriter and bass player for a little band called Pink Floyd. Kind of popular in your country. Ours too.
I think it's. I did. That's the thing. I feel bad, but I did listen to much Pink Floyd.
Oh my god.
Hey, I was
comfortably numb. Comfortably numb.
That's a
from the
good
wall.
song.
Hello.
Great song,
Is there
actually.
anybody in there? Just not if you can see me. Is there anybody home?
Holy Zuba. I mean, I just there's lots of stuff I didn't listen to when I was growing up. I'd watch.
That's okay. That's fine.
I took
Somebody
too
chat-
long to get to.
See, I love the chat. It's like, I love Pink Floyd. I fucking hate Pink Floyd. Just like, that's why I love the chat. See Alice in Borderland season 3 teaser poster.
I'm going to talk for him and I'm going to say he probably did. And he probably loved it.
What is he getting some DoorDash right now? Or did he have to?
Ah,
I'm here.
Did you see the
As
Alice in
Borderland.
Borderland season 3 teaser poster?
No.
No, you haven't?
No. Can we see it? Is it just a big Joker card or something?
While you're looking that up, Nico Knight for €5 says, I hate Red Hulk. I hate the Red Hulk concept. I did too. I was fine with the mystery until they revealed it was Ross in the comics. Then I'm like, this is fucking retarded. So I've never liked it. However, the idea of Ross becoming Red Hulk involuntary isn't a bad one and could have been compelling, but they screwed it up. Yeah, he's Hulk for 5 minutes. He's all over the marketing. Sorry, MauLer. What?
It's more like 3 minutes.
It's more, yeah. I said 5 because I'm like, I'm not sure it's 5. I think it's less, but it is under 5 minutes or right at 5 minutes, and it is all over the marketing like he's Red Hulk throughout the whole fucking film.
There you go. What did I say? If this is what you're talking about, there it
Yes, the
is.
exact one. It looks so good.
Oh yeah, September apparently.
Oh, good. Well, like you get that back. One Piece will probably be what? August, September. One Piece season 2.
Good Game season 2 in July, I think. So
Season
so
2,
the end of season 2. Sorry.
And Stranger
Part
Things
2.
season 5. What, in the fall? Like Netflix is gonna rule the year.
Alice in Borderland did massively on Netflix. Did really, really well.
It's good. I finally started watching it, and it's very good. I like it.
Mhm.
I'll watch it at some point.
Episode 3. That's when it. If you don't like it by then I don't know if you will.
That's where I got to. I got to episode 3 before I was interrupted with stuff, but I like had nothing to watch, and I'm like, oh my god, Az has been bugging me about this and Disparate too, so I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, oh, it's pretty good. I like it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's well made too. Like the style on it, like it's just really the production on it's amazing. Is amazing. So yeah, they need to watch Venture Brothers, chat. You're right. It's on Netflix. You can watch the whole damn thing. It's one of the it has some of the canonically, it's one of the tightest shows ever written. They make references to stuff in the first episode in season 7 that are perfect, not vague, perfect. Like they set it up the whole time. And that's what happens when you have the same 2 creators on something from beginning to end. They have a little thing called a show Bible. And Venture Brothers is not just a dumb cartoon. It might conceptually have started that way, but it is fucking clever. It is a clever piece of work.
The same 2 creators from beginning to end, like Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's a bad example. Yeah, but they're adapting something. See, Venture Brothers Venture Brothers is a Johnny Quest parody.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes,
It's just funny because like those 2 fucking annihilated their own work as well as George's.
They did. Yeah, the 3 body problem was the first thing they did, and there's parts of it I liked and parts of it I did not at all. It's kind of 50-50 on that show. Didn't like the ending very much.
Mm-hmm.
Good beginning. Maybe they should stop adapting books. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. We'll get the rest of the square up. By the way, this episode will keep the link. If you want to keep watching, this is going to be unlisted and re-uploaded on Nerdrotic Live later. We're going to treat it like a nooner today. But just hang on to the link if you want to hang on to the link. What do you got coming up as?
Well, Mr. P's left. Now we've got the stuff up. So he's headed home. So over the course of the next couple of days, I'll be doing stuff. What will I be doing? Avowed came out today. So I'm currently downloading Avowed. I mean, you might even get a late night stream tonight. Who knows? But tomorrow, maybe a bit of Avowed, followed by Ripping the Silverback, 7:30 UK time, 1:30 Central time. Friday night time. I'm kidding. Friday, probably more Avowed.
No, you just committed yourself now, motherfucker.
We'll see how that game goes. We'll see how it goes because the critic says it's amazing. It's the bestest ever. And there's a lot of people going, actually, it's very generic. It's very generic and buggy and not that good. So let's make our own determination. Let's see if Avowed woos or poos.
Woos or poos? I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Excellent. Fantastic. MauLer, what do you got coming up?
I think we're gonna be possibly checking out some videos regarding Mr. COPEtain Falcon in the Saturday episode of the If Happenings, and I guess it'll be the first proper episode where Platoon is a full host officially, as opposed to because we announced it at the end of the last one. We were like, "Hey, do you notice this guy's been hanging around a lot?" And that sort of thing. So that'll be fun. And then just work is continuing. Big, chunky, chunkler work on videos. It will come eventually. I just read about it. Apparently, so I assume you guys know Tom Holland made a non-alcoholic beer called Biro, and apparently he went to buy it. He went to buy it in America from a Target, and because he had a British ID, they didn't believe it was valid, and so he couldn't get it.
That's funny.
I don't understand why you need an ID for non-alcoholic
Because there's
beer,
still
though.
alcohol in non-alcoholic beers.
Oh.
That's why I don't drink them.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a very, 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 very small percentage of alcohol in the non-alcoholic beers.
I didn't know that.
I was going to say I didn't know that.
If just in case, it's like 0.05%, but it's here's the deal. This is how I don't tell people how to run their programs. I just tell you how I run mine. I do not touch non-alcoholic virgin drinks or anything like that. None of it. Don't even want to tempt
juice.
Well, it's just juice. So it's full of sugar, but no, we for me, my addiction is so strong that even if if there's a minuscule chance that would lead me down the path, I don't ever want to taste a beer again. Beer didn't taste that great to me in the first place. Alcohol didn't taste that great to me in the first place. I don't like super fruity drinks. And that's just the way I run it. If you guys do it and it's fine and it works for you, cool. That's just not how I run mine. I remove all temptation wherever I can. Now I still hang out in bars and stuff. Now there's people who are hardcore who won't even walk into a bar. Like, why would I need to walk into a bar? Now I go to them for meetups and stuff, and I'm fine. But there are some guys who have a lot of time who's like, don't even walk into a bar, and I don't blame them at all. That's just how I run it. But that's funny that he wasn't able to get it. I'm glad that, I think he's cleaned up right now, right? So he got his life together, and good for him. Good for him, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Looks like I might be on a show tomorrow.
Oh, okay, good.
I just got the email.
Okay.
Because we got pushed. I'm really offended, by the way, that I got pushed for Robert F. Kennedy. Fuck that. Okay. No, I like RFK. But it looks like it's happening. So we'll let people know. I'll let you know the scheduling breakdown on that. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
So tonight I'm going to be playing Aliens Fire Team with Tugs at 5 p.m. Central. And then I'll be on the Nooner, which might change its time pending whatever Gary's talking about.
It's going to have to. Yeah, it'll definitely.
So we'll let you know in the community section and on Twitter about that. And excited.
Those UK times still confuse me.
No more.
Even though,
no more.
Half my friends are from the UK, live in the UK now.
Check WhatsApp. I think I did the conversion right. Okay.
I did, and yes, Az is still gay.
I hope so.
You weren't supposed to say that out loud.
Oh
no! Oh no! Which one?
All right. We'll see you next week on Az's channel. So we're all made up now. We're all made up now. I'll be home next week too. So I'm traveling over the weekend. So I'll be home. Not going to miss any shows. Again, thank you for all the well wishes. Melissa's doing really good. Kids are doing really good. We're doing the best we can. But things are settling down a little bit as much as they can. But again, you guys have been awesome. So I really appreciate you. See you next. Oh, sorry. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. Thanks to everyone who just hung out in the chat. Thanks to all the lurkers out there. We love the lurkers. We'll see you next time. Ciao, Bella.
Bye-bye.